Hello and welcome to the Comicspiracy episode 437 for the week of January 21st, 2020. My name is Ryan Higgins. Who's here with me this week?
Brock Sager.
Kevin.
And Charlie.
All right. Toby's off to a ball.
I got a really important question since you just came back from the islands.
What's happening?
Did you?
What's up, brother?
Did you drink some pog?
We had tons of pog.
Good man!
We went to, hold on, I got the pictures, let me find it. On our last day on our way to the airport after leaving Hawaii, after leaving Lahaina, we went to Leota's Kitchen and Pie Shop on the way back, had some pog, had some fucking macadamia nut pancakes, a bunch of delicious pies that are waiting at home for us. They survived the car trip back, or the plane trip back.
You brought one here as a souvenir, right?
I had a hand pie. No, what do they call them? They call them a handheld. So,
did you get some taro malasadas?
We did not get any malasadas because the place we went, they didn't have them filled. I don't know that I had taro before, but we had it when it was really good.
Dude, taro malasadas is the best.
Was it good?
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
nice.
It was like eating heaven out of my hand.
What did I have? I had a bunch of weird stuff. I had a bunch of weird fish. We went to a
Yeah, I don't do fish.
went to a luau. Had a bunch of random stuff.
Yeah.
I did a lot of veggie stuff too. So
Yeah. I don't eat much when I'm there.
Went to Miso Fat.
Yeah.
It was recommended by multiple people, including the Comicspiracy's own Bryce Larson,
Excellent.
who called me when we were there. They said, you have to go to this place called Miso Fat in Maui, and it was really good.
Nice.
So, yeah, you would like it. It's very locals.
Okay, good.
Bunch of guys you get along with.
Excellent.
Yeah. So
have to make a trip.
when you go to Maui,
All right.
hit up Miso Fat.
That's after two more mountains. That's next on the list.
There's a comic book store there. Don't go to the comic book store. Sorry, that comic book store. It's like
don't hate.
It's like a corner. No, it's not a comic book store. It's
They
like
have to import everything.
It's like a used record store. It has like a little comic in the corner because you look up online and you're like, oh, it's a comic book store. You get there, like, oh, this isn't a comic book store. What are you gonna do?
Well, after two more mountains on Oahu, I'm merging over to the Maui, I think.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. I'm zip lining.
Let's talk about this, okay? Because for you bachelors specifically, I really wanted to plan a ziplining thing where we're going to make you wear a Batman costume. And Leanna was like, do not do this. He will die. Right?
I would die?
Like, yeah, just her words. Exactly. And then you're telling me that you went ziplining with Leanna. I'm telling you, she was trying to kill you. That was her master plan. Because she flat out told me, do not take him ziplining. He's going to die.
Why would I die?
Of panic attacks. She said
fine.
you're going to have panic attacks up there, and you're going to flat out die.
She was as scared as I was. It's a
That
little...
is if he was doing it with you.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you'd probably take him to some crazy, like...
Well, okay. Let's.
If Charlie took him, it would be perfectly fine.
Is the picture you show me, is that it?
What?
The zipline thing?
There was five, so it was 5 lines.
Okay, but is that like the starter baby one?
Yeah.
Okay, did it go better afterwards?
So we were about 50 feet up, and this was like there were little kids, not little, but like
you're
very
still not
young
impressing
kids.
me right now?
No, it's not. I'm not impressing.
Okay,
This was like a beginner's one.
Okay.
They hooked you all up. They did all the work because some of the zipline
and
guys.
all the zipline things, they make sure you're hooked up. You don't go like with a scarf and go, whee!
No, that's not what they were telling us. They said that so a lot of the guys that were working at the zipline place, they said they work at other places where they're just there to kind of spot you. Like,
yeah.
you do everything, right?
Well, I don't know. The one on Oahu, they still make sure you're good.
Sure.
Yeah.
But so... no, it's very basic.
Well, it depends. If you're just going to a hill and there's a couple of kids and they're going down a thing, then you're on your own.
No, so there was like...
And if they charge you, then you're just a sucker.
There was like 2 shorter ones, a longer one.
Yeah.
And then you climb back up to the 50-foot, and then there was like... I don't know, they call it the big...
Do you go upside down? Did you do the upside down thing?
So they were like, we're going to show you what you're not allowed to do. And they like jumped, they like did a running jump and flipped upside down and zipped the whole way with no brakes
in
or anything
ours,
like
they
that.
told us we should actually do it.
Well, they
encouraged us
they
to
said
go
you
upside
could
down.
do whatever you want
Oh, okay.
once you're
There
out
you
there, but not... you could go no-handed, you go lay on your back, do all the crazy stuff. You can move around as much as you want. The little kids are like...
Why is there only pictures of the baby one? Did you like, after the baby one, you're like, okay, I'm good?
I filmed myself on the very last one. You went over like a lake and everything like that. But
I want to see that part. Why is that not on the internet?
I hit record, and like when I jumped off, I must have like
Oh,
again.
sure.
Leanne has video of it, though.
Uh-huh.
Leanne went first. She has video of me coming in.
All right.
So ask
I
Leanne.
want proof of that.
Yeah. I'm surprised she didn't post
All
it.
I've seen is video of Ryan going, I'm not scared.
But now we get to do...
Zipline's really fun.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun.
It is.
It's a ton of fun. Well, you wonder why I was trying to do that for you bachelors. Except for you got some weird friends. They're all like very like...
Oh, they're all terrible.
What weekend are you thinking of? Oh, I don't know if I'm free.
Oh no,
Oh.
Your
friends are shit.
I just do a thing. I just do a thing, and
complete jerk offs.
whoever shows up shows up. Like I don't try to plan anything with my friends. They're all awful.
All right, so we do a
not you people,
makeup
but,
bachelors for you.
Other people.
So
but ziplining is a lot of
No,
fun.
you include me in that awful too.
Do you want to do the zipline across Las Vegas? You seen the?
Oh yeah,
seen
the
that?
one when you go Superman style.
Like across the whole thing.
Yeah, it's in Old Vegas. It's in Old Vegas.
That looks actually kind of
We
fun.
can do a live recording.
Absolutely.
That might be a little
Patreon
too
level
much.
5.
Make it a Patreon tier so we can all do it.
Hey, no, but seriously, makeup bachelors for Ryan Higgins at Santa Cruz Mountains, Batman costume and everything.
How about the Batman costume?
Yeah, Batman. That's the whole point. You go zip lining, and you got the fucking the cape.
Got the 60s
Brock
music
will be,
blaring
Brock
out
will
of
be
my
Brock will be
backpack. as I'm
Robin.
driving.
Yeah,
You're flying down.
yeah. We're gonna rent the fucking car and everything.
Maybe next time. But ziplining is a lot
I
of
love how you almost got him with the car. You could tell, like, as soon as you brought up the car, he's like, maybe.
Yeah, he didn't say no. He didn't say no.
But the response, the maybe, is the Ryan Higgins kiss of death, though.
What? Oh, that's true. That's
maybe.
never gonna happen. Yeah, that's his nice way of saying, nah, I don't really want to do it. I might have a panic attack and die, so I don't want to do it.
So I do have anxiety issues. So don't get me wrong. Being up there is scary.
I really don't trust Leanne. She told me, like, on the phone, don't do that. He's gonna die. And the fact that she planned this for you makes me seriously doubt you guys' marriage thing going on. I think she knew that you got up at night in Europe and read a comic book and cheated on her that way. I think she knows because you were on the podcast.
She knew the life insurance was paid up.
It was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. She was asleep. I was just reading the comic book.
That's the highlight of your honeymoon too.
I was reading Rebirth.
Yeah.
I will.
You know that's his highlight. He said it before.
She's listening to this. You're going to get in trouble when you get home.
If anyone has ever thought like ziplining is fucking terrifying, like go.
This is coming from Ryan Higgins,
look
ladies
at
and gentlemen.
like a beginner one because it was actually a ton of fun.
It's a shitload of fun.
It is.
Did you get to do the little ATV ride through the banana fields?
No, because it was near. It was at a pineapple plantation, and so we just walked over. But it's in the back of it, so you just walk up and you go up the structures.
I'm still
and everything.
thinking this is a little smaller in scale than.
I mean, you can look it up online. You can see it's big.
I will look it up, Ryan Higgins, and I will go and try that video that you said Leanne supposedly has.
But they
that's not saying I'm not scared.
When we were talking to other people that were there, they said. Because a couple of them had done multiple zipline. One of them was like in Costa Rica, and it was total like sketchy. Like, yeah, sure, it's hooked up. You're
China
fine.
The China ones are super sketchy.
They don't give a. He said they don't give a fuck, right?
Yeah, if you die, oops,
whatever.
You're down in the mountain, and we can't find you anyways.
Yeah. He said that like the scarier part about those ones is that this one you just kind of let go. You just kind of pick your feet up off the ground and lean, and it just takes you.
Yeah.
He said on those ones, you kind of have to, like, run and jump to really get the momentum to go. And he goes, that takes a level above what a lot of the other zip lines are because that is, like, commitment to jumping off. Whereas this is just kind of you just sort of go
This
with
is
it.
one step closer to bungee jumping for Ryan.
Well, no.
Well, I did tell you.
Bungee jumping and skydiving will never happen. Let's just get that. That is.
No, well, you have to work yourself up to it.
No.
You have to jump off of bridges. No, in Hawaii, it's okay.
Wait, hold on. Toby, I got it. Hold on. If Scott Snyder said, I'm having a skydiving party.
No, zero chance.
You wouldn't
not
go?
in no way in hell.
Do
Not in
Morrison
a
or
million
Johns?
years.
What if Kapula goes, I'm going to kill you, or are you jumping with me?
We're having a Snyder, Jeff Johns, Grant Morrison skydiving party.
I mean, if it is, I will kill you unless you do it. Then I guess I'll take the risk and do it. But no, I am not going.
Okay,
no, skydiving.
Figured out how we get
bungee
him to
jumping.
do it.
Fuck,
Right? No, you have to work yourself up to it. You find a bridge and jump off the bridge first.
You bungee jumped?
No, in the water.
He means just jump off a bridge.
I mean, I've jumped. I don't like dive. I'm not good at like diving, but I swim. I've when I was a kid, I would do stuff. Not like crazy,
I haven't done
but
bungee jump though. I go with you.
No,
At some point, you should record.
Hey, how about did you do it in Great America? Let's start there.
Fuck get versus goddamn death
Ryan
trap.
Scott fucking did it. I filmed Ryan Scott do it.
Never do
Come
that.
on! I do it right for you. I'll hold your hand.
No, that
Batman costume. I'll even wear Robin one.
That like
because it's Nightwing in the future.
That thing's a death trap. That thing to have a Great America. I would never. In a
they
million
tie
years
you
do
up
that.
like three-way.
No.
With 3 people.
Never. That thing is a nightmare. Have you seen this? Like,
Ryan
it's
Scott
like a
did
slingshot, right?
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, though, Ryan Scott took his glasses off, so he probably has no idea
What was going
how
on.
high he got and where he went.
Yeah.
He probably has no idea. You're like, is it over?
Yeah, no. Anyway, great start to the Comic Conspiracy podcast here.
You have been recording?
We have been recording this
Well,
whole
I'm
time.
glad you got some pog.
I love Pog.
But I'm really annoyed that you didn't get some taro malasadas.
Oh, yeah, Pog. No, Pog's delicious. Was it not pineapple, what is it?
Passion fruit?
Passion fruit,
Orange
guava
juice?
and orange, yeah.
Yeah.
Orange and guava, yeah. Bog's amazing. Anyway, we are going to talk about, now that Toby's had his fun, he can go wander around the store for an hour.
Oh no, you're on my agenda today.
While we discuss
I'm going to mess with you all podcast.
December 2019.
I have a podcast to make up for last week, so you're in for it today, Ryan.
December 2019's top 10 comic book list. We finally got.
You got to go into this boring stuff. Why? Why? You did it on purpose. Didn't you do this shit last week? You did lists last week.
That was the end of the year, end of the decade.
That was
How
many lists do you got?
That was end of year, end of decade in our store list. Now this is the final list until like 2 weeks from now when Marvel
we have more lists.
When we have more lists, yeah. So because we're so late in the month with the top chart, because Marvel didn't have the number 1 book of the month, and whenever I tell you this every month. When Marvel doesn't have the number 1 book, it gets delayed at least a week or 2. If Marvel had the number 1 book, this would have been out on like the 3rd. Okay? But because they don't, it comes out late in the month.
No, check your numbers again.
Actually, yeah, I think Marvel and DC kind of split the top 10 here. This is the top 10 comic books in December 2019 fused list, of course, meaning it combines all the different variant covers in case they have different prices, because there are at least 2 books on this list that
let me guess, Batman
would not be on this list.
Spoiler.
Batman is on this list 4 times.
Yeah, figures. Like, what month are you going to talk about where there's no Batman in the top 10?
It'd be a really bad month.
Yeah, it's going to be that's going to be worth talking about.
The number 6 book is Batman 84 with 79,000 copies. The number 5 book is Batman 85 with 80,000 copies. Batman number 85, of course, being Tom King's final issue of Batman. So 80,000 copies for his final issue. I think that's a little under
but
order,
it has
but
a
what are you going to do?
successor.
Number 4 is Dark Knight Returns, A Golden Child at 88,000 copies. That's the one shot.
It's only one book?
Yeah, it's only a one shot. Yeah, yeah. And number 3 is
that was an interesting one.
Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's final Batman book. That is Batman Last Night on Earth, number 3 at 90,000 copies. So lots and lots of big Batman books on the top 10.
Let me guess, this is Spider-Man on this list.
There's one Spider-Man. Symbiote Spider-Man Alien Reality is the number 9 book. Yeah.
That's seriously the title of the book?
It's the second 80s flashback Spider-Man book. I think Peter David's done both of them, if I'm not mistaken, which is it's a new story about black costume Spider-Man. This one had 15 covers, I believe.
15 covers?
I believe.
That's why it's in the top 10.
71,000 copies for the number 9 book.
This is December?
This is December.
Okay,
yeah.
I might as well get this one out of the way. Doomsday Clock, number 12.
Doomsday Clock, number 12, the number 1 book at 117,000 copies. The reason it was delayed.
They fucking animated Rocket Racer?
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Yeah. Toby's watching the 90s Spider-Man
Rocket
cartoon.
Racer is animated.
I think it was on like 1 or 2 episodes or something. Yeah. So Doomsday Clock.
It's going to be a key issue now.
Number 12. As we all know, the long drawn out finale. Fantastic.
Was the number 1 book?
Number 1 book, 117,000 copies. And caused the sales charts to be delayed 2 weeks. So there you go. So we got all the DC stuff. We got most of the DC stuff out of the way. There's still one more DC book in here. It is Batman related, but it's not Batman.
Justice League.
No, not in the top 10.
Oh.
It's favorite character of someone sitting at this table.
Harley
Quinn, you're the villain.
Okay. I thought when you said Batman related, I thought you meant he was in it.
Yeah. The minute you said someone's favorite,
Harley Quinn, you're the villain. The one shot, 73,000 copies. That's the number 8 book of the month. We can jump down here to the number 10. Number 10's a $10 Marvel one shot. I think it had like 15 covers or something too.
Huh?
Yeah, remember Marvel put out a $10 comic in December?
They did?
Yeah.
Was it that incoming?
It sure is. And we should have called it Outgoing because that's what the only thing about 9 people cared about that book. Incoming number 1, 69,000 copies. Man, those sales. That's
the million selling Marvel book.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah.
They just
we should have put that on the 2020 wager list.
Postponed it. It clearly wasn't any of these books they're trying to say. Yeah, 69,000 copies. First of all, 69,000 copies is bad for this book. 69,000 copies is also bad for a top 10 book. So definitely a low. Although it had that crushingly humongous week before Christmas, like half these books shipped that week. So it's kind of a quiet December, but Decembers usually are.
X-Men.
We got 9, we got 8. We'll go back to 7 in a second. X-Men number 3 is the number 2 book of the month at 105,000 copies, so still holding on very well. Big numbers on X-Men, and that really only leaves us with number 7. It's a Marvel book.
What was number 2
Oh,
again?
and I know why this book is on this list. What's that?
What was number 2 again?
Number 2 was X-Men. I just said that.
Number 3?
Number 3 was Batman Last Night on Earth.
Okay.
Number 4 was Dark Knight. Number 5 was Batman. Number 6 was Batman. Number 8 was Harley. Number 9 was Symbiote Spider-Man. Number 10 is Incoming. Number 7, it's a Marvel book.
Not Spider-Man.
Not Spider-Man. First part of a new story arc. Had a really super cool, awesome variant cover that I know a shitload of people ordered of. Nope.
I was being sarcastic.
Just popular character. Second movie's coming out in a few months.
Captain Marvel?
Nope.
Black
Second
Widow?
movie in a
Venom?
few months.
Venom, number 21. Yeah.
Venom 2 is coming out in a few months?
Yeah, it's like October. That's soon, right? that look Toby's giving me.
You crazy person. Fucking, you go to Hawaii, you lost all fucking the fucking time-related issue.
Wait, you didn't tell Toby you got that tattoo?
It's soon. Venom 21, I believe 21, that's the start of the...
Venom Island?
Yeah, but it had that awesome skull cover. I think it was fucking badass.
That they overshipped us.
Yeah, they did. Maybe that's why it's on the list.
The wheel is on this freaking episode?
This is the Hot Wheel?
Great radio.
These are all like the Spider-Man's best characters.
That's amazing.
Where's White Rabbit? Is that White Rabbit? So that's your top 10 comics for 2019 December. Up 5% versus same month previous year. So that's, even though it is a little quiet in the top 10, definitely good over last year. And I know there's some adjustments to the end of the year list because of those January release but December shipping titles. Those count as December books. And so it actually bumped it up to, I think the year was up like 2.53% is what I believe I read. So that's went up a quarter of a percent, which is good. Always good to see positive. Top 300, $32.25 million, up 7% versus same month previous year, comparing just the top 300. So again, good compared to December of last year. And we already ran through all the end of year numbers, which did include this. So I don't know why it took so long for them to put this list out.
Because Marvel wasn't number one.
Oh wait, I know. Marvel with 45.6% of all items released. DC with 31.35%. Image just under that all important 6% number at 5.93%. Boom at 3.66%. Again, Boom rocketing into the number 4 position in the last couple months. That's been awesome. And overall dollar, Marvel at 37.89, DC just under them at 33.55%. They had a lot of big, expensive books in the top 10, so that's always nice. Doomsday Clock helped at $6. Image at 5.91, IDW at 4.34. 300 Marvel comics in the top 300. 113 comics by Marvel in the top 300. 85 by DC, 29 by Image, 18 by IDW, 18 by Boom. And if you want to look at absolutely everything released that month, Marvel had 103 titles. Wait, is that 103 comics and 103? No, they had 113 in the top 300. So some reships in there. 86 by DC. That was a little bit lower in the last few months. 36 from Image. So yeah, okay, end of the year. That's fine. That last week was fucking crushing. The second to last week prior to.
The week that Kevin doesn't like to talk about.
Yeah. Good old Doomsday Clock.
What else is there to say about it?
The Doomsday Clock week. You're like, damn it.
There was a big article on Newsarama that ran over the weekend. Griffin Chris Aaron put this up, talking to I'm talking to Eric Stevenson, comic publisher over at Image. So I've not actually had a chance to read the whole article because it was humongous. I don't know, Kevin, did you
Yeah,
see,
I didn't read the
article?
whole thing, but
huge.
Yeah.
Is this the one about how many comics published versus?
Well, it's about everything.
Yeah.
It's about the whole.
It's about the state of the industry.
Yeah. And it's funny, just Image definitely bounces back and forth with kind of
Their output.
Yeah, and they've clearly a lot of their big books have ended recently. Saga still on hiatus. We had another previews, another solicitation come and gone, and no Saga that I saw. So we're up to April. Still getting there. It's getting there. But there was one part of it that I wanted to talk about. We'll probably talk about more of these as the next couple of weeks go on, as I finish the article. But one of the big problems facing the comic industry is way too many books, according to Eric Stevenson. Comic book stores can't keep up with ordering them. There's just too much to keep track of, and if a specialty market catering to the specific type of content is overwhelmed by the amount of books being published, that's definitely going to be an issue for other sales channels. What's worse is going to trickle down to readers, he says, because at $4 or $5 an issue, that limits the number of the number of comics someone can reasonably afford within a single month or every month. So 5,395 single issues were released in 2019. That includes all not varying covers.
No,
that's
individual titles.
New single issue comics. That is quite a lot of comic books.
But that is that individual titles or is that individual issues?
Issues.
Okay.
Not variant covers, issues.
Well, no, I was just saying, does that count like with double shipping and all that? That would be 18.
So that counts 24 issues of Batman and 12 issues of Action and 18 issues of Amazing Spider-Man or whatever.
The 2014 numbers was like 1,000.
Oh, was it that? It couldn't be that low, was it?
That's what it said.
But yeah, there is. We've seen Marvel well over the 100 issues a month mark for the majority of the year. DC at the low end about 50, 60, now getting closer to 100, but they've kind of bounced back and forth.
I wonder if that includes stuff that I don't feel like it should.
Like what?
Like True Believers and
I would think so.
Facsimile editions.
Yeah, I would think those still count because they are new print. They are new comic books. They're reprints, but they are still a new single issue. He says, over the course of 2019, we've launched fewer books, a third less. We're planning to continue that going to the new year because we saw positive results from thinning the line over the course of the year. And there's, I think every company should do this. I look at every company is guilty. I don't want to throw Marvel under the bus immediately, but you could cut a third of their line and it would not affect the industry in any way, shape, or form. We were just talking before the podcast about just the glut of books that are totally meaningless and endless series of miniseries and one-shots and all this random, the ruins of Ravencroft and 2099 and the Iron Man 2020, like 3 events happening at the same time, and Marvel The End. All of these are happening at the exact same time. It's so weird. I like events and miniseries and specials and stuff, but slow down, guys. DC, while definitely having increased their output, it is in a different format. They have all the graphic novels, and I would think those would count as well. I would think an original. I don't know if I don't know how they count original graphic novels if that counts as one comic book, but at least DC is mixing it up a bit. There's definitely stuff that can go. I'm enjoying Metal Men, but Dan Didio gets his one project a year, so that's just going to happen. I don't know who greenlit Inferior 5 or Gotham City Monsters or Electric Warriors or what are some of the other books that have come out the last 18 months or so. You're just like, why did you, whoever,
I think this is kind of what I was touching on a couple of weeks ago about the question of individual books versus collected editions. Mm-hmm. I just think something like Inferior 5 should have been a graphic novel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But my fear with that, right, is that's just an upfront cost.
Yeah.
That I don't think they're not going to.
Right. Or the Electric Warriors. I just.
Yeah.
It seems like, and it's easy to armchair quarterback from a microphone when you're not actually in the company. It just seems like you're looking at Electric Warriors and saying, who's the audience for this book for 12 issues, was it?
Oh, I think it was only 5 or 6. It was short.
Okay, Inferior 5 was 12 and then...
Now 6.
6.
Yeah, Doom Patrol's 12. Or Metal Man's 12, I mean.
Not to say that this benefits comic shops, but I'm curious, do you feel like some of these should have just moved to digital, like they used to do a lot of these sort of digital experimental market, and that way they could
they wouldn't
see if they could get buzz or not.
No, it wouldn't sell there either. It's just too many. It's just too many books.
Yeah.
So, do you think, Ryan, just as a thought exercise, if you had a spreadsheet of all of Marvel's titles, could you cut a third of that line?
Oh, no, not even, no question.
You wouldn't have to grit your teeth and
not once.
Okay.
Not once. Yeah, it'd be so easy. And a lot of some of it's easier than others. I love their True Believers. I don't need like 12 a month, right? I like the facsimiles. I don't need like 4 a month. Some of that is easy because they're overextending on what should be like cool. Now it's just more crap, right? I'm okay with an event. I don't need 4 at the same time. I'm okay with Absolute Carnage. I don't need like 7 miniseries and one-shots to go along with that. So it is culling all that excess. The $9 or $8 Marvel Tales reprints. You can just get rid of those. I don't order them for the shelf. Nobody buys them, right?
How about that Savage Avengers 0?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's just like a one-off or weird-ass reprint issue.
It's not even Avengers stuff.
No, it's just a reprint. Yeah, it's I could cut Amazing Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy and Morbius and...
You could cut a third of the X-Men line easily.
And everything but Conan. Just have Conan. It's special.
That was the conversation when they announced that. You remember this?
Yeah.
Where it was like, Marvel got the rights back to Conan. Cool.
Uh-oh.
And they're doing...
Yeah. So it's... A third is almost like too easy, right? Like half, I may have to start making a couple decisions that are tougher, but a third is like, I can do that in my sleep.
I almost want to do an exercise of just giving him a list of books and seeing what he would cut, and then go into the sales chart to figure out, did he cut anything he shouldn't have?
No. And I know I know that I didn't cut anything I should have. But, like
Agents of Wakanda.
I can look at the shelf here, right? And I see books. I can only see like the top like third of my Marvel shelf here or something like that, right? But the vast majority of the books are up there are okay because they're ongoing or major books that have an audience. The shit that I'm talking about never makes it to this wall. We sell out or it's subscription only, or I throw in the dollar bin because I didn't sell the one shelf copy. You don't need Agents of Atlas. You don't need Arrow, you don't need Strike Force, you don't need Swordmaster, you don't need fucking Invisible Woman, you don't need, I'm just kind of poking around, you don't need that Rocket Raccoon Groot thing that came out a little while ago, you don't need Agents of Wakanda, like Brock just said, like, it's such an easy list, right?
Yeah. So, and you could still cut a couple X-Men titles.
Well, they're doing it themselves. Did you know they've launched? We don't even have Moira X yet, and they've already announced 3 more.
Yeah,
right? Has there 3 more that they've announced? past what they.
So I was doing FOC this week, and one of the Dawn of X trades popped up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're already on 6, but one hasn't even shipped.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah. Oh, because it's like 2 a month.
Yeah,
There's
but
going to be 2 of those a month. Yeah.
It's literally. Are you going to order for the shelf?
No, I didn't order any of them.
Because the thing is like it's all the number 1s. It's all the number 2s.
Yeah.
It's all
and X-Men's late. Right?
Yeah.
And so I could cut a handful of DC books. Don't get me wrong. Image. Well, they've already cut themselves. So that's good. Mm-hmm. IDW. Yeah, Boom's mostly fine. The smaller companies are mostly fine.
They could cut their variant.
They could cut some of their own stuff. IDW could definitely trim a few books, but I think they're probably okay with most of their stuff. What kills me with a lot of the independent companies is the ongoing relaunching and new miniseries. In Comic Hub, we moved a few series over to ongoing, even though they're listed as one-shots and minis. So like Hellboy and BPRD is now just an ongoing comic within Comic Hub that we can control, because Hellboy and BPRD are just the exact same customers for every single issue. And so instead of having to re-add people every single goddamn month to the new one-shot or two-shot or whatever they're doing, we just roll all those people together, and if they don't want something, that's fine. But it's just the same people that get it all. And it's like an ongoing Hellboy book or an ongoing, it just makes so much more sense. I could trim easily.
I don't know.
30 to 40% of the industry.
You've not said anything that I disagree with, but I'm also, at my other job, I deal with data a lot. So there's always a part of me that's just like, I would love to actually see some of the data for this and see if the data tells a different story than my gut reaction or your gut reaction would tell.
Well, there's the personal level and then the business level. And the business level is, I don't take a risk on any of this stuff. I order exactly what the customers want. No shelf copies. It doesn't matter. I make my money. And Marvel is, and some of the independent companies are probably operating in the exact same business. Yeah. Where they're like, we don't have to sell 50,000 copies. We could sell 5,000, 8,000 copies. We're all profitable. But there is ways to, less is more in some cases. Yeah. Right?
And I don't disagree with you, but that's where...
What's that fine line? Right?
And the only way I would find anything remotely like that fine line would be looking at data, looking at trends, trying something, watching that closely. I mean, I have to assume these companies, or at least the larger companies, have somebody doing that.
Right.
And if they don't, I really don't understand why.
Well, I think if you cut 30% of Marvel's output, you just cut Marvel's profit by 30%, right? I mean, but I also wonder, what are they paying their artists? What are they paying their writers to do these books? Because when you're at that level, if you're an independent company, there's so much fewer people involved. What is Marvel actually profiting on a book that's selling 9,000 copies, 8,000 copies, 6,000 copies? Are they actually making any money on this book? They can't be. Because the comic store gets half, Diamond gets their 5%. So after they're splitting 30%. So they're splitting $1.50 across thousands of people that work for Marvel, and it's their end of it, hundreds of people are splitting $1.50 per copy sold. Like,
maybe it's just a bonus check. Like, hey, you did this extra, you get $500.
As I said, there's got to be somebody crunching the numbers, looking at the data, and figuring out a rationale for it.
Yeah.
And yes, I would love to look at some of that data to understand it better.
Well, they wouldn't do the variant covers if they weren't selling, right?
But
if every store is ordering
the math with like the variant covers and how that affects things, like the variant covers, as much as it's easy to point that as a problem, is also easy to look at the numbers and go, no, that's absolutely doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Oh, sure. I may be like, another 19 covers on this. I have my one customer that'll take all of them and my two customers that'll take half of them. But that's another 30 copies sold. Every store has that same person, and so there's 6,000 to 8,000 extra copies sold of comic books, and they're across 113 titles a month across 12 months. Again, there is personal preference and what I think they could do to get longer ongoing readership on titles
Yeah.
versus what is clearly comics Moneyball, where they figured a way to make it work. It doesn't have to make sense to us.
Hawks and Pox.
I'm just
No,
not
I-
going to stock any of this stuff for the show.
I agree
Oh, I missed
with-
Annihilation. Somehow I missed that was also an event going on at the same time.
I agree with the fact that some of this is not looking towards the health of ongoing readers or that kind of
No.
stuff. It's catering to a market that is very different.
Right. Oh, and I mean, Saga long term is way more profitable than most Marvel comics and most DC comics for that matter, right? Because you're selling the graphic novel consistently for the
Yeah.
early volumes, and the singles sell well consistently. So yeah, I'd rather sell 30 copies a month of.
Despite being a different color, that trade dress is the same exact thing, so
Yeah.
it looks nice on your shelf.
I'd rather sell 30 or 40 copies of one book than 3 or 4 copies of 10 books. It is just so much easier. It makes more sense. It's less work. It's less dealing with little death of a thousand paper cuts, right? I don't have
Yeah.
to worry about all these little weird things. So
I guess somewhere in their business model has to be we can throw this person on this small title realizing it won't sell a ton, but we can see what this person's capable of before we give them something bigger. And
right.
They have to have, now mind you, I think they have too much for that. And some of these writers just ping pong from small title to small title to small title and such. But
I mean, how frustrating would it be to be a writer at Marvel where it's like you have your 3-issue plan, your 5-issue plan, your 6-issue plan, your 1 year plan, you get half of that. Like,
yeah,
the whiplash must be intense on these guys.
well, just tells me they need to go back to just being like, I just need the story for this issue.
Yeah. So we have yeah, sorry. This is even more X-Men coming. Dawn of X has a big crossover in the works. I thought it was already crossing over. I thought every issue was a crossover.
I think it was only one point in like issue 1, and then they went on their own way.
X-Men competitor Jordan White said there's big plans for Marvel coming in December. More books on the way if you're an X-Men fan. So we have X-Men, Excalibur, Marauders, X-Force, and New Mutants with Fallen Angels already over. Wolverine is on its way. Fantastic Four X-Men is a miniseries. Hellion is replacing Fallen Angels. Kid Cable, Charlie. You want every copy? You want the Liefeld variant of Kid Cable #1?
No.
So that means we're getting it for you.
X Factor, new X Factor book on the way. There's apparently an X Core book, which I don't even remember this getting
X-Core?
announced.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't even know anything about this.
Are we going to go like to the core of Krakoa?
There's the Moira McTaggart title. Excellent. I don't even haven't even. I don't. Did this get
Excellent.
Did that even get announced yet? So, and then they just announced. What was it? There's like a new group of new X-Men kids. It's another new X-Men book that just got announced like
Teen X-Men?
Friday or Monday or something like that. So,
The new Teen X-Men?
Okay, let me ask a question for the comic store owner on the Marvel business model.
yeah.
Not for the industry, just for your slice of it here in this store.
Yeah, of course.
What's your ideal number of separate X-Men books shipping monthly? I don't mean double shipping. I mean different titles.
5.
Four.
4?
Yeah. Yeah. One a week.
You forgot Gambit. That's
Well-
why it's 5. It's your 4 plus my Gambit.
6. Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. No, seriously.
Oh.
You just included Charlie's Cable.
I
see.
think you have one a week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you have the 4 big team books. I think you have Uncanny X-Men, X-Men, X-Factor, X-Force. I think they all stand in their sort of their different. They all have different feels. They all have a different audience, right? You can have a Wolverine book. I'm going to give you a monthly Wolverine book, of course, and then I'm okay with a rotating 6 slot of. We're going to do a year of Cable.
Yeah, New Mutants
We're going
or
to do a year
Cable,
of
yeah.
New Mutants. We're going to do a year of Excalibur. I don't count Deadpool. Deadpool is its own thing. I think 6 is reasonable, even if Marvel said 8, like 2 a week. But when they ship 5 books in 1 week, you're like, well, what the fuck, guys? Like, I think 4 to 6 is like that sweet spot. X-Men are very popular, right? Very, very popular. But it's very easy to kill that. I mean, we've seen complete flatlining on everything but the main. Even X-Men has flatlined at a very high level. There's not growing in sales. But the rest of those really just fell immediately to like kind of core X-Men reader and just solid. Like, and drop a copy, and by issue 18 we'll be down to, high teens copy sales, single digit sales on a lot of these books, just as people weed out. They'll stick with X-Men, right? Because X-Men is the big book. But yeah, I think 4 was like 4 high quality is like perfect, and then I'll give you Wolverine and like a floating title, like kind of at most. And I think if you throw in Deadpool, there's your 7, and
throw in excellent, there's your 8.
Sure.
Excellent.
So more X-Men coming, I'm sure. That's far from the end. Because speaking of too many comic book titles, we are going to switch. Oh wait, no. Sorry, I did have some more comic book stuff. How could I forget? Speaking of more comic books, now these are actual things that I think, not just because they're DC jerks. These are legitimate celebrations and cause for a big event.
Asterisk.
We had Action Comics 1000. We had Detective Comics 1000. This week we have Wonder Woman 750. These are all celebrating the 80th anniversary of these characters. And the good and bad, the good because we have a lot of anniversaries, the bad because my poor wallet is, my poor comic book boxes are going to be filled with these things very soon. But my wallet's going to be very happy because I expect we're going to sell a lot of these as well. We have Flash 750 on the way, celebrating the 80th anniversary of The Flash.
Yes.
We have the Robin 80th anniversary on its way.
So
and now,
the Flash is 750, issue 750. Robin is just a special.
Just a one-shot, yep. Okay. We also have the 80th anniversary of easily the 2 greatest villains of all time. That would be Catwoman and the Joker coming up. They both debuted.
Those are just one-shots, right?
Yeah. They both debuted the same issue, right? Catwoman and Joker. They're both in
Batman number 1,
right? Yeah.
The Cat was in there.
Yeah, she was Cat and Joker both Batman number 1.
Oh,
I feel like I'm
good trivia question.
Yeah, I think she is. I think she was. Now we are probably also going to be getting Green Lantern this year as well. I think me and Kevin we were talking about this
40.
beforehand. Okay,
They're at 40.
Okay. Huh?
1940.
Right.
Yeah.
So Green Lantern will also be this year. Hawkman should be next year. Would they do a JSA next year for the launch of what was All Star? What's the launch of All Star?
It just depends on All Star 3.
Yeah.
It depends how deep you want to go with the anniversaries. Are you going to have a Johnny Thunder?
Well,
a Dr. Midnight
special? They can all be the JSA anniversaries, right? I mean, I'm all up for this, of course, but
see, I always just assume it depends on how well these anniversaries are selling.
Look, you want to get James Robinson back to do a Starman 80th anniversary issue? Like fucking nobody's there faster than I am. Okay, but I expect a JSA 80th anniversary book would be fucking amazing. Anyway. DC does not...
See, they just do a month. Just do one issue a week featuring different characters.
That's okay.
Okay, so All-Star 3 is... It's one of those books where they were printing them seasonally then.
Right.
So it's winter of 1940.
Okay.
Which means it could have come out in 41.
Okay. So... Is the 80th anniversary of JSA the launch of the new ongoing JSA comic, right? Yeah.
If you want to hold it off for a year.
Yeah. They can, like, end of this year, beginning of next, they do the one shot, and then they launch the new book, like, straight out of that. Bingo bango. We got it.
The one shot can be called All-Star Comics.
That'd be great.
And then you segue right into number 1.
Oh, that 70s cover. They're going to have to do that 70s cover with, like, the All-Star, like, revival team. Anyway, so we're talking about this because these are all the 80th anniversaries of classic DC characters. We had Action Comics, Detective, Wonder Woman this week. So we have Catwoman and Joker coming up. They are all going to have those... They're all going to have those decade variant covers by some of the greatest artists in the industry right now. These are all $10 books, by the way, so get your wallets ready. The big call for Catwoman, though, is the return of Ed Brubaker to superhero comics.
Really?
Ed Brubaker and Cameron Stewart. It is going to be in continuity to Brubaker's original Catwoman run, the early 2000s Catwoman run. And, man, never in a million years did I think that they'd get Ed Brubaker back, but that is fantastic. Paul Dini is doing a story for Catwoman.
Amazing.
There you go. And Nassetti, Adam Hughes, Tom King, Mikhail Hanine, Mindy Newell, Will Pfeiffer, Emanuela Lupacino, pinups by Steve Rude, Tula Latte, and Jim Ballant. And there's going to be Sean Murphy's going to. I think the Sean Murphy story is the one he teased, which is in the Curse, the White Knight universe. And Blake Northcott, but it's not listed as being part of this anthology. So maybe it is
This is all for the Catwoman one?
Maybe it is for something different. Yep. And writer-artist Jolie Jones will be doing the main story.
Cool. I know that
and-
DC's done a good job with kind of those making all of the decade covers really well done. Like picking great artists to do them and like improving every single time.
Get those wallets ready, boys. The legacy variants include Adam Hughes for the 1940s, Travis Charest for the 1950s, J. Scott Campbell for 1960s, doing, he's going to do like the whole 366 like lineup, all three of them. Frank Cho during the 70s, Art Durham doing the 80s, Gabrielle Delato doing the 90s, Jim Lee doing the 2000s, and Ji Young Lee, who's been doing a lot of recent
Now,
awesome
this
covers,
is an interesting
is doing the
dilemma,
2010s.
just from what you've read.
All of them.
Because there's a lot of artists I love on that list, but there's not a lot of Catwoman costumes I love in those decades.
Oh.
So I'm curious to...
Well, we know the 80s one has to be the Michelle Pfeiffer one.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Like you like
it'll be
but that was
90s.
never in the
It'll be
comics.
90s. Gabrielle Delato doing the 90s.
I was going to say 80s.
Yeah,
It's purple.
Yeah, 80s would be like the Jim Ballant one, and that's going to be Art Germ doing the Jim Ballant costume. Toby, are you ready? How many of those do you want? Well, the Jim Ballant costume's like 90.
It would be,
it's like
who's
90 on
Adam
the dot.
Hughes
Yeah,
is the
that's nice.
40s?
Adam Hughes
Because
is
it would
the
be
40s.
incredible if he
Who-
did the
who's
first
doing the
Catwoman
70s?
costume. Adam Hughes.
70s Frank Cho. And 60s is J. Scott Campbell, so Campbell's going to do
I quit.
the
I quit single issue comics. No more single issue
Campbell's
comics.
going to do all
New
three
Year's
of the...
resolution, no single comics.
If Hughes does the original Catwoman costume, I will have to go with that because it's just
Yeah.
a dress
Yeah.
and a giant cat head.
Right.
And there's no accoutrements, no whip, no nothing. How good would that look done by Hughes?
So Ballant would be 90s, not 80s, right?
Balance, like I mean, the Ballant Catwoman was like 1990, I believe.
That's the purple.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
With the high boots.
Right, I believe that was
Yeah.
19. So like that's right at. But the Michelle Pfeiffer was 92 with
Yeah.
Batman
92,
Returns.
yeah.
So you can go either. Although no, the 80s would have to be.
It has to be the pre-purple.
Yeah,
The
who did those awesome Joker and Catwoman books? Was that
The you're talking about the
You mean the
Alan Davis? The Alan
yeah.
Davis stuff. Oh,
Yeah. That's the green cape and the purple. Yeah.
That's amazing costume. And we also have the Joker. April 1940's first appearance of the Joker, and we're going to the Joker 80th anniversary 100-page prestige special, including Brian Azzarello, Lee Bermejo, Paul Dini, Denny O'Neil, Scott Snyder, Tom Taylor, Jock, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, Mikhail Hanine, James Tynion IV, Riley Rossmo, and more.
what are the decade covers on that
And
one?
1940s, Art Adams. 1950s, David Finch. 1960s, Francisco Mantina. 1970s, Jim Lee. So Jim Lee, of course, Jim Lee is going to do the what's his face? The
Alan Davis?
Neil Adams inspired.
Yeah.
One 1980s by Bill Sienkiewicz, yes. 1990s by Gabrielle Delato, 2000s by Lee Bermejo, and 2010s by Jock. So obviously, easy choices there for the final couple.
I don't
Dude,
think-
if Jock could redo that Bat
Yeah.
Joker cover, like an homage to that or something, it's one
But
of the best
Finch
covers.
doesn't really seem like good casting for the 50s. That's the Dick Sprang Joker.
Yeah,
that's
odd.
That's an odd pairing.
But he could do some work with that.
Yeah.
That's when I would have gone oddball, like get what's Mike Allred or something to do something kind of goofy there.
Maybe Steve Rude.
Yeah,
Somebody with
Steve
that
Rude,
kind of
yeah.
style.
But what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's fine. It's a great list. So that's A lot of big books. Those are both really good. That's out April 29th. Catwoman is out. Does it
Who's doing the
say?
main cover of Joker?
I don't know that it says. I don't know that it says. I don't think they have a date here for Catwoman. I don't see it here.
Catwoman and Joker should be both April.
I mean, it should be the same time, but that they shouldn't be. They really need some space between those two books because they're expensive. But
One at the beginning of the month and one at the end of the month.
That's okay. They can put them at the beginning of the month and then put out the hardcovers at the end of the month.
yeah, so they do have the action and detective. I think a lot of people have missed this. The Joker hardcover is actually been solicited, and that's coming out, kind of like the greatest Joker stories ever told. New hardcover version of that, celebrating 80 years. And there will be a Catwoman, there will be a Robin, there is a Flash that's been solicited. Jim Lee's doing all the covers on these books. They all line up and look really nice together. So if you picked up the Batman and Superman
the
ones,
Celebration 75s, right?
Yeah. So these are all the 80th anniversary editions. Again, but Jim doing all those covers together, I highly recommend checking those ones out if you bought Action and Superman.
And those are all going to be deluxe?
Yeah. Yep. We have... I apparently posted the same thing twice. We have finally... they finally revealed the other character that's going to be the co-lead in Tom King's Adam Strange series, and that is Mr. Terrific. And I have nothing else to say other than that. I like Mr. Terrific a lot. I don't know what the hell he's going to do in this book, but okay. Yeah. Mr. Terrific's going to be like the other character in here. I don't know if it's going to be like a co-star or like a backup.
Want the balls?
Yeah. The T-Spheres.
T-Spheres?
Michael Holt.
To steal balls.
I saw some people.
I mean, he's smart enough and stuff that
he's the third
they can
smartest
easily
guy
work
of all
him into
time.
it.
There was some comment somewhere about why aren't they using from this rich tapestry of DC science fiction characters as the other lead? Mm-hmm. But the problem with that is that most of those characters are in the future. Adam Strange is the only one that's in the present.
Yeah.
So you can't have Tommy Tomorrow or Space Ranger or what maybe seem like a natural fit.
Yeah.
So I guess if you have to have a co-star, who fits in a sci-fi adventure?
Yeah. No, it works. Yeah, no, I not negative or positive. I want to see what they can do. I mean, Adam Strange is one of my favorite characters of all time. So for me, anything else is just gravy. Like whatever. Like I'll see what they can do in Mr. Terrific.
Adam Strange, Tom King, you're done.
Yeah, I mean, and the Jeff Johns run on Mr. Terrific was fantastic. He's fine in the Terrifics. He sort of disappeared for a while. The New 52 version was trash, but they if there's a character that could use a little bit of a kind of a bring up the prominence, is Mr. Terrific. So yeah, see what they can do with him. We are going to end this podcast after one or two more news stories here. We're going to talk Crisis before we get to our questions. So if you do not want to be spoiled by the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, you may want to skip that. But there was one or two small comic movie TV news stuff to talk about here. There's going to be an Aquaman King of Atlantis animated series produced by James Wan on HBO Max. So another
cartoon,
another thing. Yes, cartoon animated series.
That's not.
You might have to subscribe to HBO Max now.
Oh, I mean,
I know you were on the fence. I know you said I have too many subscriptions.
I think at this point they're probably going to fold DCU into HBO Max, right? They can't keep it separate.
Don't know.
They've been.
That's just
very,
mean to do DCU
they're in discussion.
content.
They're in discussion.
I mean, to me, the biggest thing is if they're going to fold the DCU stuff, keep the comic books around in some like that would be my thing. I don't want them to lose the digital comic library.
Yeah.
Or HBO Max will be HBO Max, and it's a joint exclusivity on the DC shows. Now that I can get behind. The normals can go get HBO Max and watch their normal shit and the superhero stuff, but DCU keeps like Stargirl is going to be shared now, right?
With
that
CW.
maybe we can have a joint exclusive between HBO Max and.
I mean, it's
Well,
the
we
same
already
company.
know Doom Patrol is going to be a joint exclusive between them.
I mean, it's the same company. Like they're they're not competing with. They shouldn't be competing with each other.
My viewpoint on it is this. I don't care if HBO Max gets all the same DC content that DCU has, because I feel like they're not going to put the comic books on HBO Max.
Yeah.
So I just don't want them to start holding DC content only on HBO Max.
Yeah.
It should be.
And the way they're announcing stuff right now for HBO Max doesn't mean jack. It doesn't mean it won't be on DC Universe. It's just right now they have a new streaming service, and that's all they're going to talk about.
It should be this. What's DC Universe right now? $6.99 a month or something like that? Is that what it is?
Hell, I
Something
know.
like that.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker. You like you that's paying all year.
So it should be, if you have an active DC Universe subscription. Okay, HBO Max is what, $15 a month, I believe?
$15, little
All
man.
I know
That
is
shit
I read
in my head.
something where if you were currently getting HBO directly through like HBO Now,
Yeah.
you were going to get HBO
HBO
Max automatically when it
Wait,
launches.
what?
Go, well, because I have Go through Comcast, but let's say it's $15. I don't. Let's just say it's $15.
$15, little.
Let's say it's $14.99 for HBO Max, $6.99 for DC Universe, right? If you have DC Universe, it should be everything on DC Universe should be on HBO Max, just as is. If you want just DC Universe, it's $6.99 a month. It comes with the comic books. If you want HBO Max, it's $14.99 a month. It comes with all the TV shows and movies, no comic books. If you have a DC Universe subscription and you want to upgrade to keep both, it's $19.99 a month. You get all the but you get the comic books as well, right? I mean, and that just seems like the HBO Max people don't care about the comic books. Only the DC Universe people will care.
I'm a hypocritical bastard right now because I say I want my pricing to be below $10. The only reason why I say I'm hypocritical because Netflix is above $10 now. That's only because they crept up and I never paid attention
But I mean,
to it.
I don't know what else they would do. They're not. It's stupid if some of it's on one, some of it's on another. This goes there. Like, it makes no sense. So just have it all on both. And if or do this. It's $6.99 for DC Universe, $14.99 for HBO Max. If you have both, it's $16.99 a month, and you get the comic books, and you have an HBO Max login that works for both. I don't know, something like that. That's all. It doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to have it split.
Keep it for a year and then just get rid of DC Universe.
Well, I mean, it would just be part of it, right? So, but it's
As I said, my only concern is I don't want the comic library to go away.
yeah.
Like, even if they spin off the DC Universe to be just comic books with a lower price point,
Sure.
as long as they keep that library around in some form.
Yeah,
I'm
they
okay.
could do like the $50 $49.99 a year for just the comic books, and HBO Max is all the TV shows.
Is the Jeff Johns show going to be the Green Lantern show going to be live action?
Well, let's talk about that right now because the Green Lantern show, we got a little bit of news. There's going to be 2 human Green Lanterns, and Sinestro are going to be.
The one from the movie?
It will span several decades. It focuses on the origin stories of the 2 major Green Lanterns of Earth. It will also feature Sinestro.
The one
They're
from
in
the movie?
early stages talking to Greg Berlanti. So they are in the works. And we'll talk more about Green Lantern when we get to Crisis here in a little bit. No spoilers. So we don't know. No, yeah, it's live action. It's live action.
All right.
Yep.
I feel like they're putting a little more oomph behind HBO Max than they did behind DCU.
Well,
You think?
Yeah.
HBO has a bigger marketing.
Yeah. Now, the killer app is if they do an exclusive Game of Thrones streaming show. That would be like the HBO Max mega.
Isn't it exclusive to HBO already?
They're doing the new Game of Thrones show, right? But they passed another one. But isn't it supposed to be like another one in development? That would be like the big get if they could do like another exclusive.
I just like 2 finished books.
Like fuck the books. This is never happening.
Oh, we should have put that on the wager list
Yeah,
too.
20XX, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's going to be Green Lantern, live action, TV show, and movie. I mean, we're getting both, right? We're getting the Green Lantern Corps movie,
as far as we know so far.
as well as the Green Lantern TV show, so let's see what happens.
All this content. When are you going to sit down and watch it?
Oh, it's DC has no problem sitting down to watch it. Now, if it's a Marvel show, like
He's not caught up on
any of the
Black
Netflix stuff, he's never going to finish.
I'm more than halfway done on Netflix.
I'm more than halfway done. Green Lantern comes out, you're going to be done in like tomorrow.
That's okay. Picard's on Thursday.
Oh, dude. don't even know how excited I am for Picard.
Did you sign up?
Holy shit. I am so excited for Picard. I'm going to watch the Picard the fucking second it's available. I
signed up because of Kevin.
Cannot wait. Cannot wait for Picard.
And how did you get Charlie to sign up?
Cannot wait for
I
Picard.
gave Charlie a code for a free month.
Oh, nice.
The free month only gets you 4 episodes. Then you're fucked.
Well,
it's like the free candy
Then
you
he
get.
does his.
That's the free candy you get.
so there were 2 things I noticed because Kevin got my head going, and I never got the free week. So in the checkout, it still said I was getting the free week plus a free month. So I should get
5 episodes.
5 episodes.
And how many episodes is the series?
10.
So then
Still
Charlie does
fucked.
his 1 month subscription, watches and bails.
Yeah, I could see Charlie doing that. He's a smart
And-
man. See, he's not like Ryan. He's a smart man.
I did a little research
I'm
at
more
the
like
time,
Ryan.
and there's a bunch of like coupon codes and stuff that seem to pop up for that service. So I'm curious to see if I can cancel and up with a different, not for free time.
See, I just paid. I actually paid double price and subscribe forever. I just make 2 accounts. So I make up for Charlie. In the end, it all evens out. So,
But I was okay. Side topic. I'm amazed at how little content CBS has on it.
Yeah, they have like 2 shows.
And as far as I can tell, it's because all their other shows are still under contract for like other places for streaming rights. But I was legitimately surprised because I was like, I never watched the last season of Elementary. What do you mean Elementary's not on CBS?
It's not?
Not on All Access. I can watch it on Hulu, thankfully, though.
Oh,
but-
because CBS All Access is a separate thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not.
So
annoying.
you are paying just for Picard, is what you'll be doing.
Basically.
I'm going to wait till the show is over and then do my 1
Even
week
though-
free and watch the whole thing in 1 week.
Even though that being said, so I watched the first 2 seasons of Discovery already, and as far as I know, after Picard, Discovery Season 3 is starting up. So chances are there is a...
That you're going to stick around.
Oh, I'm not going to stick around, but there's a good chance I am going to cancel and then re-up again 2 months later or whatever.
Why don't you just get a VPN in the UK and then watch it off the Netflix?
I did that for Season 1 and 2.
See? I knew Charlie was a smart man.
I haven't watched much of Discovery, but aren't they doing some like shorts
Yes.
right now?
Well, but they've always done shorts and stuff that like tie in to that show.
But I remember reading a report a little while ago where they basically wanted an episode of Star Trek on 52 weeks a year. They want like multiple shows that just kind of
they
go
have
into
an
each other.
animated show in development.
Yeah,
They have tons of Star Trek.
It's all going to be All Access?
But
Yep.
Discovery is really
so they really
good.
want to just vampire off the Star Trek fans.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Get the most money you can off the
don't need to
hardest
do movies, we
hardest
just do
core
TV.
fans.
So I'm trying to remember which network or whatever, but somebody recently got Seth MacFarlane to sign an exclusive agreement with them, and I'm wondering if that's CBS or not.
I don't know.
He got signed away, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, that's kind of brilliant, though. If you go look at the Star Trek fans, where there's a lot of them, and you figure out what market share that is, and you go, 80% of these guys are going to pay for this service, and you make sure that there's always an episode on every week, no matter what show it is. That's pretty brilliant.
Yep. Also, Star Trek fans are kind of nerdy, know how to use computers and know how to use things like BitTorrent and VPN, so maybe they're not all going to pay for it. That's the other problem.
Well, maybe half of them. Maybe half of them.
I canceled my Disney Plus.
Did you get it?
Mandalorian's over? Yeah. I got to watch The Mandalorian and then canceled it.
Yeah, I mean, do what you're going to do.
Is it Crisis Time?
It is Crisis time. We're going to
So
talk...
anybody who hasn't watched Crisis should bail now.
Yeah. We're going to talk Crisis on Infinite Earth. I know we could talk bits and pieces of the earlier stuff, but we got the full finale here. So, this is Crisis time. So we'll see you guys on next week if you've not caught up and you don't want any spoilers here.
What are you talking about? They always come back for the outro.
Now,
Well, there's also the question.
yeah, we'll do a few Q&A at
So
the very
skip
end.
forward, I guess, instead of bailing.
Yeah, we'll do a little Q&A at the end.
Ryan thinks they're bail.
What are We should be able to get this done before this movie ends.
Now look. CW is a TV channel with a budget that is limited comparatively to I'd say Infinity War, which is on our television right now that just started. All right, Infinity War probably cost more than every season of CW shows this year.
No.
Like the last 2 years, 3 years of CW shows.
All of them.
I'm probably not joking. I'm probably
not joking.
Yeah. That said, the heart in these shows has been like pretty amazing. I think they really did something special with this Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover that I was of course you want the most amazing thing you've ever seen in your life, but my expectations are sort of tempered just because of the CW, right? But I think they managed to at least hit those expectations, if not actually exceed them in a couple times.
Yeah.
Even the small cameos, the quick shots, the unused footage from other shows, just kind of throwing those guys in there. That was the right way to do it. That is cool. I think the closest Marvel's gotten has been Spider-Verse. Being an animated movie, it's a little bit different. I don't think that's quite the same kind of gravitas. Imagine if the end of Avengers Endgame suddenly like the Spider-Man mecha robot from the 70s TV show comes rolling out.
Dude.
And Lou Ferrigno comes rolling out, right?
Did you watch the Toys That Made Us, the Power Rangers episode?
I haven't seen it
yet.
No,
you have to watch the Power Rangers. I did not know how much Stan Lee was involved with the Power Rangers.
Oh, yeah?
He tried to move the Power Rangers here before anybody else wanted to.
Yeah, because they had the Spider-Man
before
show.
Saban, yeah. It's and because of the Spider-Man show is why the Power Rangers have that giant robot at the end of the episodes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Nice.
I had no idea that was from Spider-Man.
We actually
out of all places.
on the plane we watched My Little
Pony.
No, we watched
Did you see about the furries that got into a fight over in San Jose?
No, what?
Oh, yes. Evan posted it on our Geekbox.
Normal week.
Yeah.
Normal week in San Jose.
Well, that's funny because we had a work function in downtown San Jose. We had a late holiday party, and
was Furk on this?
Yeah, and then our boss was like, "Hey, for the people who are missing out, you're missing the weirdest holiday party ever because all these furries are walking around." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, it's quite normal for San Jose."
Yeah. No, we
watched. Convention was this past week?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, ask Al; he'll know.
Oh, this is true.
No, we watched Hello Kitty and
what?
Watched the Hello Kitty episode.
For the Toys That Made Us?
Yeah.
First store in San Jose, baby.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, and I remember we watched another one. I don't remember what it was.
So Crisis.
Oh, Star Trek. We watched Star Trek. Yeah, it was really good.
Nice.
Sorry, get off topic, but yes.
So
Crisis was
honeymoon
very,
reading
very fun.
that one comic book or Crisis?
Like what's the question?
What's higher on your personal highlight list?
I mean, they're very different things.
It doesn't matter. I'm asking you what's higher, your honeymoon reading the comic book or Crisis?
I think my honeymoon beat it out. The comic book was
comic
good.
Book in your honeymoon was your highlight. Let's be clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you tell me, Toby. What
Yeah,
I
will tell you because I have heard you told the story.
Yeah. A couple things. I think they missed out. I think the animated thing. I really think they should have had an animated world in there. I thought I absolutely did. No. And they must have tried to talk to Linda Carter, and I don't know how they didn't get Supergirl
Helen
Slater in. That is the weirdest omission of all of them. Linda Carter, I thought, okay, maybe she doesn't want to get back in the costume. That's fine, but they should have done something with her. Helen Slater is kind of a weird one.
My assumption is there was some sort of timing issue.
There must have been. Yeah.
Like I have a hard time picturing them having the oversight of not reaching out, and given the history with these shows, I have a hard time believing that it would have been a firm no.
Yeah.
So
that said, they got the easiest one they probably could have got, but they brought in Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
That
scene pops up and I'm like, oh, Ryan just like
Now, look,
Giddy fanboy.
I don't love this guy. He's a weird Flash, right? But the fact that they actually did bring in a movie person.
I was going to say, you should have started this whole thing with they did it. Because the last time we talked about it was like, if they only would do this, if they could pull it off. You should have continued with it. They fucking did it.
There was a couple things that I would have liked to have seen, but to me, that is and apparently Jim Lee was a big part of that. There are a lot of reports that Jim Lee was really involved with getting Ezra Miller to come in. That to me.
Well, I read a different article. I read that WB called the CW offices and going, will you put him in?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they were they were already done shooting.
Yeah,
and the dude was like, Braun, the other guy, the one with the beard.
Yeah,
Guggenheim said, yeah, well, we'll put him in, and they said, well, I thought you were done. He goes, doesn't matter. You're telling me Ezra Miller's going to be in it. We're going to make it work.
Yeah. Huh.
And then I think they called Grant Gustin to make sure he's okay with it.
Yeah,
and he was in, and then the rest is history.
Well, when that scene starts and it kind of goes to Letterbox, I was like, something's gonna happen here. This is shot very differently than the rest of this episode, and the scene was what it was. It was a goofy scene. It was funny. I liked it. It worked.
It was a little bit like that Spider-Man Spider-Verse end.
Scene. Yeah. It worked for those characters, but yes, the fact that they brought in a current movie character is as big of a get as they're not going to. Gal Gadot's not going to show up in this thing. That's just not going to happen. But I thought it worked out really well. And I had a different reaction. So I did not even for a second think
that was Ezra Miller.
No.
Oh.
In the very final shot when they're showing all the planets, right? I did not think for a second that the Green Lantern shot. I thought, the Green Lantern movie's now in continuity. Fantastic.
That's the tease of the HBO Max bullshit,
right? But it looks exactly like the movie.
Oh, I'm sure that's where they got it from.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they used footage from the movie.
They had those files saved for the CG, so they're just going to reuse them.
Yeah, so when I saw that, I was like, oh, fuck yeah, Green Lantern movie, getting some love. But then I read afterwards, that's supposed to. So, okay, well, is the Green Lantern TV show going to be a continuation of that, design and feel?
I was going to say, are they going to just use the same Sinestro?
Yeah.
That would be baller.
It would. Yeah.
That would be baller.
Yeah, I would love it. He was fan.
So, what was your highlight of Crisis?
Fucking Ashley Scott, baby! Birds of Prey! The real Birds of Prey. Not this bullshit that's coming out in a couple of weeks.
Let's go around. Toby.
No, my real highlight, and I'm sorry, Charlie, because I think yours is the same, is Wesley Sips' Flash wrap up of 30 years of fucking TV continuity. That was just beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, they never finished the original show.
Right.
It just got canceled, right? Yeah. For them to go back and have Wesley Sips come back and do a storyline. I mean, look.
It's brief,
I understand. I understand the CW had their limitations. I understand there's money issues. I understand there's planning, logistics, all super hard.
But they use footage from the show.
Yeah, no. Yeah. But what I'm saying, the one thing I wished, and I know this is a very selfish wish, I wish all these great cameos had a little bit more part of the story, right? Sure. I just wished a little bit more. Not a lot more, but just a little bit more, which they did with that Flash.
Yeah.
He had a significant part in the storyline.
Accurate to the comics.
Yeah.
Faithful to the show.
Yes. Important
to the story.
Yes.
It's all three.
Yeah.
It's a perfect
sentence.
Yeah.
I was like, that by far is one of my all-time favorite superhero TV episodes of all time.
Yeah.
That just floored me. Yeah. The whole No, which kind of was similar to the Jonathan Kent No and Man of Steel, but the flashback with the footage.
Yeah.
I was like, this is just fucking beautiful.
Yeah. Charlie.
Oh, it's absolutely that same scene. If I had to pick something else, it would probably be Kevin Conroy.
That was a good scene.
Yeah. But no, the I always loved that 90s Flash show. That was sort of one of those those shows that I felt like got canceled way too early and I loved way too much for Like that's one of those shows that made me instantly go to the comic shop and start buying Flash comics at the time and that kind of stuff. Like, it did exactly what you always hope it would do for like a young fan. Yeah. So any chance when they've sort of tied back to that, I've been way too happy. And this was a beautiful send-off. So
yeah. I mean, for me, it's the ending. I loved the cameos are all amazing. They were all fantastic. Gleek and the Super Friends music, great. The Hall of Justice is great. But the fact that they brought the artists all together, they brought the main CW people all together. So Arrow, Flash, now in the same world as Black Lightning, as Supergirl, as Superman. So literally, it's just Batman and Green Lantern we're missing now. We have and Wonder Woman. They have acknowledged Themyscira on Legends of Tomorrow, so she's there. Batman is there, but missing, right? So what a perfect fucking story if they want to bring in Batman as like a background character. I mean, Batwoman will always be. They're not going to do a Batman TV show anytime soon, but Batman coming in and then doing an art like that could be like not next season, but maybe like Batwoman's 4th season crossover is let's go fucking rescue Batman and Robin, right? Like they finally found out where they are.
Remember the original Birds of Prey show? It ended with Bruce calling, not Bruce, Alfred calling Bruce. Yeah. Oh, like you little motherfucks. And they also teased Nightwing a couple of times, which they never pulled the trigger, but they teased you a bit.
Yeah.
So I haven't watched any post-crisis episodes yet. I
haven't either. Yeah,
I know a few have come out.
Do we now have to describe these episodes as post-crisis?
Yeah. After Oliver, before Oliver.
But I saw a trailer for Black Lightning that confused me a little bit because he was talking about I went to another Earth, which if they were all merged would be a little.
Maybe he doesn't know yet.
Well, he could still think they went to another Earth, but now now they're all together. So.
I don't know. I'm just.
Brock, what was your highlight?
That's the thing I was most curious about is if they actually did merge Black Lightning based on that trailer. Made it seem like they might not have.
Well, it sure seemed like they did.
I know it sure seemed like they did in the episode, but as I said, the trailer confused me, so I'm interested.
I guess for my highlight was Constantine and Lucifer.
That was that's one of my favorites.
I mean, it was just oh, you're going there? Oh, you went there. It was just so good. And so again, it hit the notes, right? It was involved in the story. It was a great interaction between the two characters. Mm-hmm. Felt natural, So I mean, all of it was great, but I think for me that one was just. And funny thing, I haven't watched most of Lucifer. I've only seen a handful of episodes, but I love what I've seen.
He's fantastic. Kevin?
The Marv Wolfman cameo was fun. I don't know that would be
I went a little viral with that.
That was fun.
That was great. The most important cameo.
I'm going to say, and I told this to Toby and Charlie before, but I'm going to say my highlight also comes with a caveat at the end of it. Mm. It was great to see Brandon Routh back as Superman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it reminds you how good he was.
His little Christopher Reeve send off there at the end.
But even without that, just the
that was
earlier
the same shot as Superman the movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Superman Returns and in Crisis. Sorry, Kevin.
The problem for me was seeing him back just made that CW Superman look like a kid doing cosplay.
I a couple of people that said that. I really like him.
He doesn't have the majesty for Superman. He's just an ordinary. He fits in with all the other characters, and Superman should always be that one notch above.
It's like the opposite. He would be a great Ray Palmer.
No,
right?
I like him as Superman. You're far from alone on this opinion, and I don't get it. I like him a lot.
It doesn't work for me, but it was especially shown up with.
Well, I think with Christopher Reeves and with Brandon Roth to a point, a little bit of Cavill, but they took that they were Clark Kent, and then they were Superman, and it's that there's that transformation there.
So
Reeves did it amazingly, the best, but.
So for me, I like the current actor as Superman. He works for me. But the first scene I ever saw him in was portraying as Clark.
What?
In the season 2 of Supergirl.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah. He was on the phone with Perry and stuff as Clark. And
He wasn't running around when Supergirl was jumping around being happy and he was like super nice to her. That's the first thing I remember.
The first thing I remember, or at least the scene that always stands out to me, is a phone call with Perry.
Okay.
And the conversation and everything felt like it was directly out of the old school comic books. And for me, that was sort of the scene that sold me on him as Superman, was a scene with him as Clark.
Now, there is rumor that Brandon Routh might actually get a Superman little send-off. They may do like a little miniseries or a special or an HBO Max special.
I mean, that Superman Returns movie is not great, but he's not the problem at all.
No.
He's quite good as that character, and especially now that he's a little older.
Yeah.
Even I know they had him grayed up and stuff for this, but he has what I'm talking about. He has this sense of like physicality in the space that the other actor just kind of blends in with the other characters. Okay. And Brandon Routh is like...
I love Brandon Routh. I don't want to sound like I don't. He's great.
No, I'm just saying that's my selling point for him. He seems slightly larger than the other people.
Okay.
More majestic.
Well, I mean, he went to the trouble of getting into physical shape and stuff to redom the character, and... yeah, I would love to see them do something to give him a proper shot at Superman, even if it's not just a send-off.
No,
it doesn't even need to be a send-off. It can just be, let's do a mini-series, and if that does well, do more.
Yep. And not like they can't have a Superman movie and the JLU, or, like a Max series, a CW series, and the movie series going on at the same time. Fucking it's Superman. People will watch it. So I think, I don't know if they're going to take a year off. I don't know if they're going to do a crossover. I mean, you can't top Crisis, at least no time soon.
I mean, they've already started talking about that. They're already talking about what they're going to do, crossovers, post-Crisis, and how they plan to go back to sort of a smaller, like,
which is good.
The interview that I read made it sound like it might be more along the lines of, we're going to cross over these two shows and cross over these two shows.
World's finest.
That'd be great. I need Supergirl and Batwoman team-ups. I need those like you don't even know. They are so good together.
Yeah.
Oh, and another great part, Kevin, we now have a split between Earth Prime and Earth 2, with Stargirl being on Earth 2 with the JSA. All right, now that little shot, very quick, but looks good. Yep. And that's not even like, maybe 2 members. No, it's like fucking like 6 members of the JSA shows up in that one shot. So now the JSA are in Legends, right? They had their JSA tomorrow.
They did have some Legends
in season 2.
Yeah, but they didn't really
like a future one, though, right?
No, it was in the past. It was where Vixen came from.
Yeah. But they didn't like really explore those too much past that. I mean, you bring in the Hawks and stuff, but they got kind of shit canned and blah 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 blah. So, if the classic JSA want to stay on Earth 2, and now what a great crossover to have, Earth 1, Earth 2 crossover, right? The Justice League and the JSA. Now, I don't expect we'll get Wonder Woman or Batman anytime soon, but
I know what the next big crossover is.
But what's that? Legends?
Earth 3.
Oh, killing me, dude! I would
Crime Syndicate.
I would love an Earth 3. Kevin is
but the Crime Syndicate
Kevin is
doppelgangers of characters that aren't on the CW.
They just make it doppelgangers of the people that are on the CW.
Oh, God. I don't want to see like Dark Arrow.
But Crisis.
Well, we've already seen a Dark Arrow.
I know. That's what I mean.
Like,
that's what I mean.
You just get the boys. It's the boys CW crossover. Toby's like, okay,
That'll work.
Yeah, it used to be.
When's Boys season 2 dropping? Is that April?
It's soon. It's going to be soon.
It used to be DC until I go, wait, we can't be publishing this.
So we have the Hall of Justice. We have the Super Friends. Do Super Friends again? I am totally down with them bringing in.
You think they're going to do a Wonder Twins show?
I am down with the Wonder Twins if they want to bring him into continuity. Wonder Twins feel like a great Flash, like sidekicks, little team up. If they want to move Elongated Man over to a different series. Oh, maybe Elongated and Sue will get their own series.
Form?
Yeah, that'd be great.
So what you're saying is they're just going to green light like another 4 shows?
Sure, why not? We got Superman and Lois is coming soon, right?
And they have 2 kids.
Oh,
Now we have the backdoor pilot this week on Arrow.
Do you like the theory that the 2 kids are John and Damian, and they had to adopt Damian because Bruce is missing? I like that theory a lot.
Then they do an Adventure of the Super Sons.
I mean, no, that wasn't that the pitch for this Lois and Superman show? It's a Super Sons kind of show, right?
It's Superman and Lois. The kids, his John is on it.
Yeah,
but now they're like, your kids.
Yeah, but I think Super Sons is a big part of that, right?
I mean,
it has to be. Because, look, we had a Lois and Clark show before. Yeah. They're not going to do that again. We had a Superman show before. They're not going to do that again. If we had a Superboy show, they have to do something different. I think this is what they're going to do.
And what a Superman Batwoman crossover in the search for Bruce Wayne, right?
Yeah. You know what? I'm trying to remember because I had to write this a few months ago. There was a casting notice for that show, casting 2 adolescent boys.
Yeah, brown hair kid and a black haired kid.
I don't think it specified the hair color, but I think it specified athletics needed to be involved. So there are 2 kids, 2 male kids.
That would be interesting if one of them is totally fat. It'd be like Damian. He's going to be a massive killer. I'm kidding.
But. And then if they have Damian and they have Superboy, you know what that means, Toby. Teen Titans. And then we could do a Titans, Teen Titans Go crossover, and all 4 of them can be together.
Okay.
You down?
Not the Go people, but everybody else.
Did you watch that yet?
No.
Teen Titans vs. Teen Titans Go?
No.
I did.
Is it good?
There
are parts of it that are absolutely amazing.
I love Teen Titans Go so much, and the original Teen Titans is fantastic.
No, I have a weird thing about you wanting to mix the fucking media. That's all it is. I have no problem with them separately.
Of every Warner Brothers specifically, dude, Roger Rabbit is one of your favorite movies of all time. Yes, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Yes, it is one of your favorite movies of all time.
Oh, I kept yeah.
What just happened to Toby?
Like any rational person around our age.
I actually, for some reason, I thought he kept saying Bugs Bunny. When he said Roger Rabbit, I thought he said Bugs Bunny. So
he's in there too.
No, but I kept picturing Bugs Bunny. You're like, isn't he your favorite movie? I'm like, Bugs Bunny? What the fuck are you talking about?
I need, DC Roger Rabbit. I need, Warner Brothers is so into that type of stuff.
I'm fine if it's in.
I'm gonna cut. No, Toby, me and you, we are gonna cut.
If it's
additional
in that
cameos.
If it's that tone, I'm okay with it. But
I need your help.
It feels too much like. Well, okay, I know how to do it. Mr. Mixelplitz needs to be part of it. And that's how we get the cartoon characters to show up.
Sold.
That's the only way I'm okay with it. That's the only way I'm buying it.
You didn't have to convince me, okay?
All right, I'm in.
You say Mr. and I'm ready.
All right. Mr. Mixelplitz. Is that how you say it?
That's all you have to say is Mr.?
Yes. And
what if the next word is mind? Mixelplitz.
Fine. All good. So you and Leanne, I need you guys to get together because she does Premiere and all that stuff. She does the video editing
Premiere.
stuff.
I hate Premiere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we need to go back through when I take my Crisis episodes.
But Mr. Mixelplitz is some weird dude on the show. They already did him.
Yeah, of course.
He is suave looking guy.
They're bringing Batmite. All right. I need you guys when I make my Crisis Megamix, right? Where I'm going to edit out. Obviously, it's a digital file, so the commercials are out. I'm going to edit out the endings and the beginnings and intros and all that, right? I need you guys to edit in a shot of animated Batman on a rooftop. We need to get the Earth, Earth 91 maybe when the first episode came out, like Earth 91. 90? No, was it 91?
I need to review.
Charlie?
I need to review your list before this is
it wasn't
to make
90
sure there's
because
93?
94? I need Earth TTG, right? I need my Teen Titans Go characters all looking up Cena Crisis. I need you to edit in a few. I need Justice League.
I could edit that, but it's more fun if Mr. Mitsuplitz is walking around going, ta-da! And then out of his cape fucking comes Kevin Conroy, cartoon Batman.
Can they bring in...
Just combine it with World's Funniest and just have Batmine and Mr. McShipit like fighting across like the bottom scene of every crossover.
Who did the voice on Superman?
Tim Sale.
Daly?
No,
not Tim Sale.
McPhillips.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
That's perfect.
He has a little...
He's perfect.
He's got a little history.
No, he's not. He's perfect. I love Gilbert
Hollywood right
Gottfried.
now.
He's amazing. Yes. McPhillips
92.
in animated and real DC crossover universe. That could be next year's crossover. Could be Justice League Unlimited versus CW Justice League. There you go.
What a match.
That'd be incredible. Justice
League Unlimited versus that
Anyways,
team that the CW has?
Can we talk about the super awesome Birds of Prey show from like the 2000s that,
Sure.
totally inspired an opening of an entire episode of this Crisis crossover event?
They threw her up on the rooftop of the place they filmed. They had her roll
Run
around a few
and,
times.
and that was it.
It's all good. I've never.
I probably was the only one that was like, well, I knew she was going to be in it, but when she came out of that smoke, I was like, yes!
There's actually a lot of episodes of that. I've seen the pilot.
The pilot, there's two versions of the pilot.
Yeah, I've seen the one
The
with,
unreleased is better.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
And that's all I've seen. So.
Some of the later ones, there's a Clayface episode that was actually kind of good. The rest is maybe just watch the trailers and then imagine the rest of the story.
Well, the Clayface was the finale.
Yes,
wasn't it? Yeah.
that was pretty good actually. But the rest of it, I'll be honest, maybe just watch trailers and imagine all the good stories that could have been. The best. I love that show. I'm a big fan of it. I thought it was really well casted. Where was I going with this? Oh, the best. I mean, I hate to say it. The best part about the Birds of Prey show is still the original promo video where they mixed in the Batman Return footage.
Oh yeah.
With the actual Birds of Prey
People,
TV show. Yeah.
You also have to cut in that Adrian Palicki Wonder Woman pilot.
Yeah, there you go. There's your Wonder Woman. Yep.
See, you can get her in.
That has to be like
Legends of the superheroes.
Oh, hell yeah. You got a whole team on that.
Yeah. Filmation. Bring the Filmation guys in. What's the
Robot Chicken
50s
universe?
Superman?
No, that's where
George Reeves.
The line.
Yeah.
So no Robot Chicken universe?
No. Although George Reeves would have to be black and white, that would be kind of interesting.
Do you bring Christopher Reeves? Christopher Reeves, Jesus. What's his face? John Constantine. The hell.
Ryan?
No,
Keanu.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu. Oh,
Reeves.
Keanu meeting Matt Ryan.
That was great. There you go.
Oh,
Still plenty we can use.
Hell, I'd still take the devil from that movie. He was awesome.
oh, dude, that dude is one of my favorite actors of all time. Have you seen him in Bad Boys 2? Fucking genius in Bad Boys 2. That actor.
Yeah.
What's his name? Goddamn.
Peter Stormare.
Peter Stormare.
Yeah.
He's so awesome. I love Peter Stormare.
Did you see For Life?
Of course I did.
Oh, nice. How was it?
Look, some people wait for Star Wars. Other people wait for fucking Bad Boys. All right, that's my fucking franchise. All right, I was not gonna sit back and wait on that shit, man. Of course I watched that shit.
What does Fast and Furious have to say about that?
No. I've learned my English on a fucking Blockbuster Bad Boys tape that I bought used because that's the only thing I could afford.
That explains a lot.
Doesn't it? It's why I swore up and down like a sailor all through high school, only to realize that's not how normal people talk.
That really explains a lot. So, okay.
Yeah.
I think we all need to watch back the Bad Boys
Dude,
franchise with
Bad
Toby.
Boys, the original movie, I could
It's
sit
amazing,
here,
yeah.
and if it's on, I could say every line of the movie. I could say every line of the movie. Man, I watched that once and rewinded it, watched it again, rewind. I mean, I had nothing to do. I was pretty young then. I was like, shit, I'm going to just keep watching this movie and over and over and over and over. I love that movie.
It's Crisis. It's good times.
So next Crisis,
we're
going to have
related to Crisis.
We're going to have Marcus and Will Smith.
Maybe the next Crisis will be Bad Boys versus
Fast and Furious.
There you go. Versus the A-Team. There you go. Then Toby will
the
just...
A-Team. We need a second one of that movie, man.
Toby will just...
Is it just going to be called Fast Boys?
Camp out at the movie theater forever. But Crisis was a lot of fun. And there's stuff coming out of Crisis going forward. Yeah, I can't wait to see what they do next. And yeah, Green Arrow and the Canaries, kind of pilot episode tonight.
2 more episodes of Arrow. There's that one, and then the final.
Yeah. So
Dude,
it's almost
hats
done.
off
And we'll definitely talk
to the
about
Arrow
in a
crew,
couple
man.
weeks.
To Amel and the Arrow crew,
Yeah.
cast and crew, man. What they pulled off.
It's
I mean,
amazing.
he is the Iron Man of the CW
Yep,
universe,
yep, totally.
so hats off to the entire team over there, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got a couple questions here before we wrap up. So let's
Did you
get
really
through
not know
these.
that boy story?
No, I didn't.
Seriously? That's new? No,
that's great.
I'm not even joking. I'm definitely learned my English off that movie.
That's great. That's great.
So wait, so you're telling me Toby fits in Miami?
Maybe.
Maybe.
In fictional Miami.
His people.
They're going to think I'm Puerto Rican or some shit over there.
Leonardo wants to know, when's the next issue of Wizard Magazine coming out?
What the fuck?
Leonardo, I would not actually, joke about that because someone's sitting there thinking, we can put Wizard back out. We can get this going again.
Dude, before the internet, Wizard Magazine was the shit.
A lot like Nintendo Power, those first 30 or 40 issues of Wizard are holy grails.
Yeah.
Dude.
And then after a while, you're like, this kind of does actually suck. But those early issues of Wizard were something very special.
I liked Wizard Magazine.
Yeah, me too.
I like their casting calls they did occasions, even though some of them are completely off at this point. But man, I love that magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The later ones, when they switch the size, is all caca. The original size was definitely better.
I know that when I got out of comics for a while, but I would occasionally go back into a comic store, and when I went back in, I would normally grab a Wizard magazine and a handful of books, and it was always just kind of what's going on right now, and even though it was garbage, it was still some spattering of what was going on in the industry.
Yeah, those books we talked about with Tomorrow's a few weeks back, right? Those books are the knowledge and the depth of history in there is incredible. Wizard was never that. Wizard is what it is. But for the time, for the people it was aimed at, it was such a good book. It's just...
I like the covers they did, man. They get some of the top industry people to do super awesome crossover covers.
It just...
Those zero issues cut the coupon out.
Yeah, time just didn't...
Time did
stick with
the internet did them.
Yeah.
Really, every magazine out there is really
for the
fucked
most
by the
part.
internet.
Yeah. Well,
I'm surprised they didn't do a Wizard issue for Comic-Con one of these years. That's where I think they
that
would
would
put
have
it
been
out.
cool.
Well,
No, you're onto something there.
I get a spiritual successor to Nintendo Power called Nintendo Force. It's very much Nintendo Power, right?
Okay.
But it's a Kickstarter episode out issue out every other month. It's it's not expensive, but it's $70 because it's a magazine, right?
A magazine costs that much at this point,
right? And it is low print run, very specialized. I'm really surprised there is not some kind of higher quality kickstarted comic magazine like Wizard out there
called Witches
for kind of the
that's a Bad Boys reference, by the way.
People
that watch it will understand it,
because I think there's a couple thousand people that would buy it. You just can't have any sort of national distribution, but a specialized market like everything these days.
Dude, it was a fun magazine, man. I do actually kind of miss it.
Yeah. Let's see from Jim. LD Exterminator himself.
He's not allowed to ask questions.
He says Eric Larson's Savage Dragon.
Yeah, you could stop right there. We can move on.
He's about to smash a milestone at 250 issues.
Is he really?
All written and drawn by the original creator.
That's cool.
I don't...
No, it's not all because 13 was Jim Lee.
Yeah, but he went back and redrew it.
Oh, that's right. He did.
How many covers will Comics Conspiracy get for me? He asks. Jim, I will get you every cover and any cover that you want.
But with
Jim,
that's open order.
And that is it.
If Jim was a manga reader, he'd be like, he just now got to 250. But I guess for an American artist, yay. Nah, I actually like Eric Larson. Good job.
Yeah. No, congrats to him. Savage Dragon, unfortunately, never had
next month
any. Never not had any real good sales history on Savage Dragon, but we have very loyal fans of that book,
such as Jim.
Such as Jim. So, this is gonna man. Joshua asks, I don't even like. I'm
question, bad
so
question?
so old. I'm sure someone much younger than me can answer this.
Oh, that must
He
be
says,
Kevin answering.
Could we get a hardcover reprint of the entire Bionicle comic book, please?
Wait, what the
Bionicles
fuck?
is. I am just.
How old is
so
he,
ancient.
12?
Damn, when's the last time you heard that reference?
Is he 12?
Yeah, dude. All these kids, man, they're now adults, and
Oh,
we're
no!
how much older?
Go away.
Or
I
just that
want
much
my
older.
nostalgia. Don't take my nostalgia away with your nostalgia. Go away.
I think they could both exist.
No.
Toby, I not heard you rant about the new Thundercats show. Do you hate that as much as Teen Titans Go? Or
No,
you
I
just-
haven't seen it yet.
I mean, you don't have to see
honestly, I truly believe there's a place for everything. Like that new She-Ra show, supposedly a lot of little girls like it, and I'm like, fuck
which
it,
one?
that's all. The new She-Ra show.
Yeah.
Supposedly it's really good. I just haven't seen it yet. I have no hate for any of that stuff. I mean, to me, it's just like, look, it's same as Charlie says. I think to me at times, the original is not gone.
Yeah.
It's still there. Yeah. So why not have another audience like a different version of it? So
Exactly.
I'm all in, dude. I think
Trust me, I want more stuff that I don't have to care about.
dude.
Because I don't need more for me.
The nerddom that feels like these characters belong to them, we should be the complete opposite of going, look, the more people can like this stuff, the more people should come in. So,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'm all for it.
Yep.
Now, if you turn Nightwing gay, then we have a problem. Thank you.
Whoa, hey. No, that is a correct answer, Toby, because the internet is very mad about that show. Like everything.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I have not watched the new Thundercats show.
I don't even know if
seen
it
some of-
started. It's just like promos.
I've seen some of the early promos and stuff, and
Yeah, just like it's like a Teen Titans Go.
I like Teen Titans Go more.
Oh, I love Teen Titans Go. Yeah.
I kind of feel like this is. I'm trying to think of the show, but I feel like it's done by a different creator who already does stuff for Cartoon Network that I didn't really care for.
Yeah. Well, it's got that very similar style as all those other shows for Cartoon
I mean, it's
Network.
got kind of like that Steven Universe feel to it, no?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I would say that's similar.
Yeah.
They call it the Cal Arts style.
Any event,
I mean, it's not my. Look, I'll be truthful. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, of course.
I will absolutely try watching it though because it's Thundercats.
Yeah.
Sergeant America asks, "What's the strangest character you've read, and is your favorite that just cannot get or keep a book?" The undercover nerd replies to him and says, "I bet money Ryan will answer Animal Man." He brings it up at least as one of the most out there runs, and I just got the first omnibus because of the podcast. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed that. You're in for a treat.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That
a
stuff
weird
is weird.
treat, but a treat
That
nonetheless.
stuff is weird.
The Tick.
Yeah,
The Tick. The Tick. The Tick. The Tick.
It has a series, a free comic book day book every year.
Basically.
Oh, it has to be current.
I mean,
No,
Animal Man never really had a series past. It had the one, and then it had like the New 52 one, and that was it.
Yeah, they had a mini series in between.
Yeah,
that was
but
about
just
it.
kind of I mean,
Weird.
And they have Comic-Con specials. They have free comic book days and Comic-Con specials every year. And that's about it.
I mean they well. Oh God, I didn't even want to talk about it, but of course my answer has to be
The furries?
the New Warriors, as they announced the 7th New Warriors volume or the
they
other
don't exist.
week.
5 issues.
Yeah,
I'm calling 5 issues.
It is. It's actually a miniseries.
Is it?
It is 5 issues.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that. Let everybody know that. I did not know that. I just called it for 5
buy a
issues.
Marvel comic in every variant cover and every store exclusive
Did you
variant
get that one from
cover.
last
I bought them all. I'm gonna buy them all.
Well, you're a better fan than me, I guess.
It's Jessica Campbell variant cover in the Golden
fuck.
Warrior series.
Fuck you.
But it's the
I'll
New
buy
Warriors.
more of those than any of the other ones you bought.
It's all the original guys except for Nova, which is understandable.
Yeah, that's great.
And a bunch of new scrubs that nobody cares
I don't
about.
care for the new scrubs. They need to go.
And it's tied in with the new Champions comic.
Oh, that's not smart.
Man, they're just hitting
With
all the points for
Nova.
you. New Nova or old
Oh,
Nova?
Miss
so how far is
Marvel.
Gwenpool away from this?
I'm sure she's right there in the middle of it.
Yeah, kind of figured.
They're
kind of
taking
figured.
Ryan's childhood and just
You know, the answer I would have given to this question 2 years ago has now been taken away, and that would have been Mr. Miracle.
Yeah, now we're like
Yeah, and now
golden
everybody
age.
loves him. So I'm going to go with Son of Satan.
Oh, yeah. But they don't do a lot of Son of Satan
Wait,
comics.
I know. I thought that was the
What-
premise
what-
of the
what
question.
was the
is that
original question?
That the character.
Can you re-ask the question?
Well, they just can't get or keep a book. Sorry, I was.
Oh.
I had the can't keep a
Star
book in my
Fox,
head.
baby.
Star Fox?
Yeah.
Like the Nintendo character?
No, the
From the
naughty
Avengers?
motherfucker.
You're not allowed to like Star Fox anymore.
Oh, okay.
Star Fox has been canceled.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So,
Rebels.
no, I mean, I think they've changed him in the comics to be
Have they?
less rapey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I think he's more like
He's
Captain
still
Jack
creepy.
now, right?
He's still creepy.
just less rapey.
Yeah. For me,
But didn't they change him to liking everything now?
I don't know.
Like he's open to everything now.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the question? Why did I say Star
A character you like that
Oh,
can't sustain
I don't necessarily
a title.
like him.
They can't get or keep a series.
Oh, yeah, Gambit.
Yeah, he can't
bring
keep
on.
a series.
Give me
Yeah,
another
that's true.
series.
That's
Give me
true.
another one.
It's gonna be shit.
Fuck you. Your new Warriors is gonna be shit too.
Yes,
bitch.
they are. I mean, yes, they are. I already know
Aren't we
this.
all in the same sinking ship on this? Wasn't Damon Hellstrom in one of those like the Weird Avengers
Yeah,
or some shit?
probably. Yeah.
No, it came out within the last 3 months.
Strike Force? Is he in Strike Force?
Yeah, that's it.
Strike
Look,
Force.
Hey, all of us.
nice
are-
covers.
Yeah.
Strike
Beautiful covers.
Force. Strike Force. Is this like Force Works, the sequel?
Jeez.
It's like a Rob Liefeld title.
Oh.
Strike Force. What's it called? Death, Blood.
From Extreme Studios.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dead Blood Strike.
Oh, but isn't it Extreme Studios ×2 now?
Squared? I don't know.
From Timothy, would you recommend rereading Watchmen before watching the HBO series? And the show
Probably.
isn't written to require prior knowledge, but do you think we would get anything more out of the show having
I think you
recently
get
read
more
the
out
book?
of it.
He says rereading, so if you've read it once, I think you're
good to
unless
go.
you read it when it first came out.
Yeah, it has been a while since I reread Watchmen. There was nothing in Watchmen that I felt really needed knowledge of the book. I mean, I think you should have knowledge of the book, but I think even if you've seen the movie and you watched the show,
Yeah.
with the exception of the squid stuff, I think you're
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I think you're okay.
Is there a version of the movie where the squid is part of it, like in like a director's version?
That was
No.
in one of the first drafts of it, written by, which we forgot to bring up on this, and I kicked myself after he was off the phone. Sam Hamm wrote
Oh.
the first draft of Watchmen.
Oh, yeah. There you
back
go.
in the
So,
early
but
90s.
Yeah.
no later releases
no,
that
no,
have it.
it was never
mentioned.
filmed.
Okay. Well, that doesn't stop anybody these days, as we know the Justice League Snyder Cut is coming out, obviously. Stuff never been filmed, no problem. We'll fill it in with CGI. Monkeys are the stand-ins.
But yeah, I mean, I think if you want to read Watchmen, Before Watchmen, Doomsday Clock, and watch the show, like, you're going to get a lot more out of them because there's a lot of stuff that I have totally like the end of Doomsday Clock when I'm like, whoa, these characters. Oh,
And I
yeah,
was
that's
like,
right.
no, I told you. I was
That's-
like, it's what's his name?
yeah,
and his wife.
yeah. They take off at the end of Watchmen. I completely forgot about that.
Hey,
so there's
hey.
elements that I think that I would recommend catching up back on.
To go back to Crisis,
Yeah.
they split the fucking Teen Titans from the Doom Patrol world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but we
that
already
was
had
weird.
we already had the two chiefs, so that you already had a split if you wanted to.
because they recast.
Fuck, why do you make sense?
So they're in both.
Well, and the thing is like they just put Swamp Thing on a random Earth. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah, Swamp Thing could just be with the rest of them.
I didn't think of that. Is
Yeah.
that how he explained the two chiefs? Maybe.
I
Makes
mean,
sense.
that's how I explain it.
I mean, they have since that original episode of Titans, they never mentioned sort of Titans in Doom Patrol or vice versa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of do. They mention.
I mean,
each other at all?
I'm
No,
fine
not
if they
at all.
don't do that. I just always like them being in the same world.
They are shockingly different. So I'm okay with them being apart if they want to.
makes
But multiverse, they can always beat each other if they want. They could do the two Teen Titans, or they could do the two Doom
Great.
Patrols meet up.
You know what's
and-
gonna
So
happen
wait,
is
does it
you're-
mean I could still get my Titans on the CW show where Roy and a new Nightwing and they build the Titans team on the CW verse?
Sure.
Yes.
Now, see,
There's hope.
there might be a crossover down the road where just Donkey appears in every episode. You're
Yeah.
like, oh
No.
shit, it's going
Yeah,
down.
none of the Titans are on CW, right? Except for Roy. He's the only one. He's
I
the
want to
only
say
real,
there's one more.
real character. No.
Well,
no.
they have a lot of the outsiders at this point.
Yeah, they have
between
almost all of
Katana,
them.
yeah.
Yeah,
Grace
they have
is on the
Yep.
the what's it called, Lightning show.
Black Lightning.
Yeah, I mean, of the OGs, they're only missing
Metamorpho.
Metamorpho, and Halo.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, they keep saying Markovia, and I'm like,
Yeah,
you mother.
Well, so there's no Dick Grayson, there's no Nightwing, there's no Robin, so no version of that.
Yeah.
No Donna. No. Well,
Donna we could just steal off the Teen Titans show.
No, but I mean on the CW. Or,
yeah, I know. We just take the Titans one over.
So we have Kid Flash.
They kind of messed up that one.
No Cyborg. Yeah,
was there no Cyborg?
No Starfire.
No Beast Boy.
Yeah.
No Beast Boy. No Raven.
That's fine.
Yeah. So there's only a couple characters.
We can. But when you do
Roy.
a Titan show on CW, you actually get those characters to show up on the first episode. Yeah.
It's from M. After now the reveal of Superman's identity, and we could see how that plays out going forward the next few months or years.
So in a few years, he has to make a deal with the devil, where nobody knows.
One more day.
Yeah.
What other heroes?
Was that written by Bendis? No, that was Michael Straczynski, right? Okay. I was gonna say, I was like, wait a minute.
What heroes should or could reveal their identities, and what characters do you think would yield the most interesting results and ramifications?
Bruce Wayne.
I mean, that would be
like the big.
That would be major.
Big one.
Yeah, almost probably even bigger than Superman. I think that
Yes.
would be a pretty crazy
Because the business stuff and
yeah,
that would be pretty
there's a lot
nutty.
you could do with that.
That'd be
Now
pretty
there's there is
do you think they would just put him behind bars at that point?
well we're getting this Joker story by James Tynion, and like the Joker might know, but it's possible the Joker knows that he's Bruce Wayne. So I think this might be more likely than you're actually thinking. I wonder if they would go that route.
But seriously, dude,
because there's a big Joker thing coming.
Okay.
So,
but if the world knows Bruce Wayne as Batman,
Yeah.
do you think the world would just put him behind bars?
I mean, they could try.
Yeah, sure, they try, but
He's planned for that.
I'm sure he has. That's not my point. Do you think the world will condemn him for his vigilantism?
They would have to condemn everyone, right? I mean, are they going to try to arrest Superman? We'll find out in the next couple months.
If he wasn't a member of the Justice League, I think you could argue maybe, but because he's a member of the Justice League, they wouldn't touch him.
I mean, there's going to be a billion lawsuits against these characters immediately once they know their real name.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah.
All right.
And last one from M. What character do you think is waiting in the wings, prime for a revitalization, similar to Carol Danvers or Hal Jordan from a few years ago?
I would have said Adam Strange if this had been asked 6 months ago.
Dick's coming back. Nightwing. We're finally over. The year of Rick Grayson's almost done.
I mean,
we need a big Nightwing story. Like that book has just not been the best.
Yeah, but I still buy it to support it.
Yeah, me too.
Nightwing for life.
I'm here.
Why do you always want to support the same character? Stay in your lane over there, dude. Come on.
Family? Come on.
Stay in your lane, dude. Stay away from my New Warriors. Stay away from my Nightwing.
Your New Warriors.
Yeah, man. You heard me right. You heard me right. Fighting words. Stay away from my Donna Troy. Stay away
I want
from
some Booster Gold antics.
Yeah. I feel like we are missing that Booster series.
But that's Tom King in 2021, right?
That'd be great. I'd be down with that.
a character that's been gone for a while.
You know what? Elongated Man of Sue Dibny coming back would be cool.
I would like that.
I don't know. I'm pretty.
Yeah,
happy.
if we could retcon the reason that they're gone, sure, bring them back.
Oh yeah, you love that book.
We
don't
can't because we've already had New 52 and Rebirth. So
Okay, I'll pick.
Oh, is
I'll
that
pick,
story gone out of continuity?
I don't
could
even.
be.
I don't even know.
It could be a side thing. Who knows?
I'll pick the demon,
Okay.
the Jack
Ra's al
Kirby
Ghul?
Yeah,
demon.
sure.
Oh,
Go with Demon Knights.
Yeah.
That's that.
Demon's right answer.
Hey, well done.
Charlie has spoken.
all right.
It's absolutely the right answer.
Wait.
He's been
What's
gone
the
a
Star Wars
long
way?
time.
What's the Star Wars way to say it? I have spoken.
Yes.
No, I have spoken.
I have spoken.
Yeah, I have spoken.
Oh, I mean, Demon, I feel is like the third most popular character to show up in one issue in the last 10 years, right? Batman's and everything, characters and everything. Every time someone's like, we need a random cameo, the Demon, let's grab him. It's like the Demon, Spectre, and
I got one.
Frankenstein,
I got
those
one.
characters.
I got one. The Hitman.
Oh, I mean, come on. Nobody wants Hitman back more than me. I love Hitman.
You don't. If we're gonna
What
go
the
Hitman,
fuck, man? Stay in your lane, Ryan.
if we're gonna go Hitman, I mean, I know they tried with the new
Weird,
52.
quirky, Irish. Yes, that is my lane.
No,
okay?
no, you stay away from mine, dude. I fucking said it, not you.
He's not an Asian kid playing basketball. Okay, like that's not.
You don't know that. He might be playing basketball at the beach and having a fucking Mai Tai.
I just ordered you 2 Asian kid playing basketball books. Okay, like
You did?
Like those are my. That's your lane. Okay.
No, that's my lane also. and that is my lane. You stay away. Colin Farrell for Hitman?
Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Penance revival. Penance. No, I'd say
That's Ryan's lane.
I 100%. We need a real fucking Thunderbolts book, like fucking now. I love the Thunderbolts, and they have shat all over that book for 10, 12 years now.
That was
at
an
this
excellent
point.
book, I have to say.
Oh, like.
Was that
so
the last
sad.
question?
It's so sad.
Was that the last question?
That is the last question.
Then I have my 5 minutes of movie time.
I want to hear it.
So, a couple of weeks ago, I went to a screening of your favorite director's movie called Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
David
It's
Lynch.
Second time I've watched this movie, and I have to say, this movie experience ranks as one of my all-time movie experiences of all time.
Cool.
Toby,
Yeah.
can I ask you a question before you continue? I saw that it is coming on DVD next week, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think that the experience you had was the theatrical experience?
Yes.
And that it wouldn't be as good at home?
No, I would love it at home. If you're a View Askew fan, you will love this movie. And I will still say, if you a Chasing Amy fan, this movie has a part in it that completely is like a sequel. It's like a mini sequel in the movie to Chasing Amy.
Okay.
And
Okay, honest question.
yes,
Loves Clerks.
Yes.
Loves Clerks.
yes,
Loved the Mallrats.
yes.
I like Chasing Amy.
Okay. Did not like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Kind of done after that.
You didn't
watched
like Dogma?
I watched them. I watched Dogma. I watched
Look, I be honest.
Clerks 2.
The most
And I
this
just-
movie is probably like Jay and Silent
and I'm
Bob
just,
Strike.
Okay, yeah. It was funny, and there are funny moments to it, but
yeah.
I'm over
the humor
jokes.
is bad.
No, it
There's
isn't.
something in there.
Look.
okay.
I don't know how to say bad.
I'm not
because
trying to
Kevin
like,
Smith humor is my kind of
Yeah,
humor,
sure,
right?
sure.
I love his
That's
humor.
all I
There's
want.
normal comedy movies and fucking shit that I don't fucking get, right? His humor I understand and love. And the second time this is the second time I'm watching it, I love this movie even more. Because first time, for story reasons, some of the stuff gets you a little bit by surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I know it's happening, I kind of sit back and let the movie flow in a little more, and I loved it. And this experience where you go to watch a movie where they're doing Q&A afterwards,
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
basically every single person there is a Kevin Smith fan. Every single person there knows all the lines. They know it's even Kevin himself said it. It was kind of like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, where people are like yelling at the screen in a good way, and it was. The other experience like that was Phantom Menace when I went to the theater and everybody had fucking lightsabers and then the movie started and they were lining them up. I was like, okay, that's fucking magical, right? The other one was probably watching Gremlins when I was 4 years old with fucking Grandpa who made me sit in the front by myself. I'm like, fuck you, Grandpa. Thanks for that one. But I love Gremlins in the end, so thank you anyways. But this is up there. I mean, the energy in the room was in ways magical. I mean, I never felt anything like this when the whole room is like there for one purpose and one purpose only, right? It's similar to when me and Charlie went to fucking Doctor Who panel in WonderCon all these years ago when I was very new to this property and the entire fucking ballroom was there for one single purpose is to celebrate Doctor Who. Like that's pretty special. So I really enjoyed that. So I rank it up there as one of my favorite movie experiences of all time.
Cool. This was in Oakland, right?
This is in Oakland. And then last week, I went to watch an anime movie because last year you watched this fucking Your Name thing and he hyped it up so much that I went to watch it that night. And I actually did enjoy that movie, even though you hyped it up so much and I kind of figured out the movie because I watched too much Doctor Who within the first quarter of the movie. But same director did a movie called Red Ring of Hue.
Yeah.
I think you would like it a lot.
I want to see it.
And I think I like it better than Your Name.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. I really, really, really like this movie.
Cool. I mean, is there like the same sort of twisty thing, or is it just a good movie? I mean, you could tell me.
There's some similar.
Yeah.
It's like, look, if you were going to put Your Name into a category,
Yeah.
you put this in the same category.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. No, I think you would really like it. I was thoroughly surprised. It's actually playing more now. I think it did so well.
Yeah, I think they're...
Because they were supposed to only do the 2 days, and now they're continuing on having showings of
Yeah,
it.
I think it's been more of an open run.
Yeah.
So.
But since you got me on your name, I'm going to put you on Weather Review.
Did you see that all the Studio Ghibli movies got picked up for Netflix?
Yes.
Except in America and Japan.
No, they're coming to America too.
Not on Netflix, it's HBO Max.
You sure?
Yep.
It's okay, I own them all. It's all right.
I actually, I wasn't 100% sure how the Disney transfers of those were, so I was
because it's all G-Kids now, right? They own all the
I don't know. I was kind of hoping to see that someone else would release new versions of them.
Yeah.
But if it's all coming to HBO Max, that means maybe Warner Brothers will put out physical copies. I don't know. We'll see.
No, I thought
there's a handful I'm missing.
Yeah, I thought G-Kids has them all now, but maybe I'm wrong.
But yeah, it's coming to HBO Max, but Netflix everywhere except for the United States and Japan. So we get screwed out of the streaming rights here.
Yeah. But anyways, Weather Review, highly recommended. I super loved it. Totally buying it on Blu-ray when it comes out.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. That is it. Kevin's sitting down. Something?
Oh,
nothing? Nothing?
Oh.
Just out? We're leaving. We're done. It's over.
Okay.
Thank you all very much
He's like, get the fuck out of here.
for listening to this wonderful
All I'm doing right now is trying to think of ways to make this longer. And I'm coming up empty, so I'm just going to start talking in gibberish.
Well, do you want to thank our good friend Joe Duff?
Yeah.
For his continued support on Patreon.com
Thank you, Joe Duff.
/Comic Conspiracy. How about Andrew Nelson Mendez?
Is he the creator of Duff Beer on The Simpsons?
He might be.
Is that the Andrew
That'd be awesome.
Recovery of an Anime Junkie podcast?
It is, and I bet he talked about that movie you talked about.
Maybe.
I forget what the name of it is.
Wait, is that Darfox?
Nope, that is Andrew Nelson Mendez.
Oh, Andrew Nelson Mendez.
That is.
He sounds like a fucking musician. Does he make music?
I guarantee you Craig P. Anderson at CraigPAnderson.com.
That guy might have an alter ego. That guy might have an alter ego where he jumps off of rooftops as the Indicator.
There we go.
Yeah.
It seems like he's more into his superheroes than his Japanese anime.
Yeah, I don't think he likes the anime.
But maybe keep it.
Yeah, but he does jump off on rooftops as the Indicator.
Now, possible Jimmy Rivera at the Social Forum podcast. That's Social Forum, FOURUM.
He may enjoy it.
He might.
He might enjoy
and James Laws, he has a comic book store too, so hopefully he'll or manages, owns both, a little of both. He's gonna
send you information to clarify.
Yeah, he needs to send me the pictures of the shop and everything. I need to see this. All our big tier backers on Patreon.com/Comic Conspiracy. Thank you all for your continued support. If you would like to hear more of these episodes, again, you can go to Comic Conspiracy Podcast, geekbox.net, or Apple Podcast. I get a fucking email from Ryan Scott this morning.
Why?
That says, hey, so you're going to post a Geekbox for me, right? I wasn't even here. I didn't even record it. Geekbox never went up between Ryan and Justin. He just sent me the file. He goes, hey, post this. I'm like, the fuck?
You're his employee now? How much are you getting paid?
I've been gone.
How much are you getting paid?
I have a shitload of work to do. I have to record my own podcast.
Well, he saw that you were vacationing. You're like, this dude got to do some work. What the fuck is he doing in Hawaii?
I have a quick question. Are we going to go up tonight, or are you going to say fuck it because you have to do the previews order?
Us?
Yeah.
This? No, this goes up tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Previews I can finish off tomorrow. When I'm here, I'm like, I got a shill ass load of work to do today. I had like 5 days worth of work plus taxes, end of year stuff, prep work.
So you're gonna
regular Tuesday.
So did you take the file? Yeah, I got you, and then you're gonna post it.
I replied it. I said I'll do this at some point. I have shit to do.
I like your priorities.
So you'll find this podcast up on Geekbox.net before the podcast I wasn't on. And Apple Podcasts will have them all.
Your true loyalties are coming out.
Rate and review us. Well, I'm happy to post it, but he didn't ask me. He was just like, post this.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's what you do normally.
A rare episode I'm not on, so.
Well, it's how we all talk to you, but to him, you respond that way. To me, you just say, fuck you, and you move on.
YouTube.com/Comics Conspiracy if you'd like to watch us on YouTube.
Visually.
We're not on there.
I know.
You can listen to us
on
YouTube.
Well, you can look at a logo of us.
Yeah. A logo of
the Comics Conspiracy.
Yeah. Maybe I'll change that picture. Patreon, or the Comic Conspiracy at Geekbox.net is for long form questions. You can send us some there if you would like.
And email if you really don't want to have it read ever again.
Yeah. And if you would like to purchase,
we may read it in 5 years.
It's Pandora's box.
Purchase stuff from us. You can go to comicsconspiracy.biz. That is our storefront online where you can purchase all sorts of in-print and available comics.
Hey, I have a binding question,
So
Ryan
it works
Higgins.
with-
So can you tell me how, where I should get my shit bind?
Herring and Robinson.
All right.
South San Francisco.
Shut out.
San Francisco. If you have a Comic Hub account, Comic Hub, customer.comichub.com, of course, you could choose Comics Conspiracy as your store, get some mail order stuff, do pre-orders through there and everything. 2 systems, but they all link together. One's what's actually in stock, the other's pre-order, but if you sign up, you get an email from us.
Real question.
Yeah.
I have a coworker. Of course, they all think I know everything, and I, of course, do not.
They hate the Hub?
Yeah, no, they obviously hate the Hub because they don't even have to look at it to hate it. No, sorry, I met the guy. He's nice. I can't hate the Hub anymore. He found his old comic books. He's got some gems. Can't lie. He's got some gems. What's the best way for him to keep him nice? Is it the Mylights?
I mean, like Silver Age, Gold, like current
He's
stuff,
got like the
90s,
original
2000s.
Star Wars from Marvel.
Okay, yeah, it's fine. I
Yeah.
mean, bag and board will do you for most books.
Yeah.
Mylar's cool. I don't really personally use Mylars and Mylights, but
You don't? You just bag and board him?
I just bag and board them.
All right.
But people can use them.
Are we still going?
Yeah, of course.
Do they still make My Lights? That seems like
packs right there.
Holy shit! That seems like something that died around 1992.
No, they still make them.
Right over there.
No, but is it...
Like the crinkly.
They're for like the hardcores, yeah.
Well, but is it actually serve a purpose to doing that way, or regular bag and
They're
boards?
supposed to be archival and better. Yeah. Are they? I don't know.
All right, you're not selling this really well.
CGC.
Isn't there multiple
The
levels
answer
of
is CGC.
Yeah, and do you have that service here at the shop?
No, we do not.
You don't.
No.
Okay, so they have to go to themselves.
I cannot do anything different than they do. You just mail your books off to them.
Got it.
That's
All
all
right.
it is. Yeah.
And what? They come back in 3 months?
Yeah, they're faster now.
Okay. So about binding,
Well, if you go to
which-
conspiratorBrock.com, Brock will talk all about binding between his unboxing videos and pull list videos that are up there.
Maybe I should.
Wanders in the Fourth Dimension podcast. If you want to know how to bind different life forms,
Charlie just
together
wandered away and is talking and chatting it up out
using
there.
the sonic screwdriver, of course. Wanders in the
Oh,
Fourth
it's
Dimension
back.
guy you covered.
New episodes.
I haven't seen any of them yet. I need
Me
to
neither.
get caught up.
I actually have to finish the last season.
show, so I'm not watching.
Yeah. It's not DC.
And,
it's the BBC.
Doctor Who was on the
It's
CW.
not quite DC. It's the BBC.
BBC, BBD. Yeah, it's close enough.
Yeah.
And LeanneHill.com is my wife, Leanne's
Who I want to remind everybody tried to kill the Ryan Higgins by going ziplining.
store. You can see all our art on there and order from Etsy shop, which is linked there. And we have them all here at the store as well.
Yeah.
Including her Baby Yoda print, pulled from Etsy.
Really?
Pulled from
Pulled
Etsy.
from
Oh, that's good advertisement.
Yeah.
You should not be mad at
good.
that.
Our illegal Baby Yoda. Did I say
Well, what you
Boba
call
Fett?
it?
Baby Yoda?
What you call it?
Should probably call it Baby Yoda something.
you
They
fucking
They
idiot.
pulled all sorts of stuff out.
Don't call it Baby
Yeah,
Yoda.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
her first
Yeah,
mistake.
Disney pulled
Her
all-
second
I just
mistake
need
was
to know.
taking you ziplining.
I just need to know: is she working on a Babu Frick?
No, but I bet she is.
Now that I'm apparently an art connoisseur, do you know how many Baby Yoda
It's
prints I've
billions.
seen all
Yeah,
over
yeah.
the place for sale? So
You
why
know-
was Etsy targeted?
It's pulled a lot of the Baby Yoda stuff off Etsy. Not all of it. There's more goes up than they can pull.
Yeah.
But
It's
lot
because
of people,
some people are smarter and call it the little one.
a lot of them are getting pulled.
Can't call it the child. Can't call it Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
The little one. The weird one. The ugly one. The freaky one. The dark-eyed one.
can't
The
say
evil
anything
one.
but ears.
What? Do you think Baby Yoda is evil?
No, I mean
You don't? When he was trying to kill Gina Carano, I'm like, it's an
Fork
evil child. What if it's
sugar
like the
butt
devil
lady?
Yoda? It's the anti-Yoda.
It's very
Then
cute.
why did he heal? What's his name?
All hail the devil if he's the devil Yoda. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Praise Satan.
I'm getting the fat Jabba the Hutt baby.
Jabba?
is
Jabba the
good.
Hutt?
It's gonna be the fucking good guy.
Stinky.
Yeah.
That thing is ugly.
Ryan Higgins Ryan. If you'd
Etsy
like to
name,
talk to
Stinky.
me on Twitter, I'm on there. Brock is Brock Sager.
You know, now that you're an art connoisseur, Lane, who showed up really late, is actually the gentleman to talk to. Yeah.
Toby at TobyXI. If you want to reply around the same time as we reply to your email,
Oh, yeah.
Message Toby.
Definitely message me there.
TobyXI on Twitter. Insanity and Chaos
I think
is
some dude
Charlie.
asking about battle chasers. I'll tell you right now about the battle chasers. It has awesome art. It has a solid, fun story. But that motherfucker never finished it. Do not buy it until he
There's
finishes
like
it.
4 video games out. But,
Fuck. I don't want to play video games. I want to read this fucking battle sheet, sir.
And the store, of course, is Comics Con Store. Follow us on Twitter there.
Didn't he forget you, Kevin?
And did I forget Kevin?
Yeah, absolutely.
That Kevin Sharp?
Yeah, that Kevin Sharp is gone.
Oh,
He's on Twitter.
Yeah, he's timing something for some reason. I'm not entirely
I'm timing
sure.
how long we've been going after Ryan started the
outro? Yeah, it's my challenge to keep going.
We're at 11 minutes right now.
Yeah, I'm no Bryce Larson, but I'm trying my best to keep this going. Oh, I can do my best Bryce Larson imitation. Let me go at this Marvel wall right here.
And if you want to listen to me on some other podcasts, except for this week, I'm not on the Geek Box, but normally I'm on the Geek Box. That's over at geekbox.net. And of course, Manga Machinations. I've been on that a few times, and I bet Manga Machinations is often talking about the My Name movie people. So thank you all very much for listening to this episode. If this is your first episode, I'm so sorry. And we'll be back next week.